Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome to the campus of Waynoka Schools. In the gym here on an evening that opens the at-home play for Waynoka girls and guys. Ben Buckland with you here this evening. And beside me, the guy that you're used to hearing as the Associate SID of NWOSU, Cade Kennedy. How are you?
I'm doing well. You know, it's good to be back in Waynoka doing some Waynoka basketball.
It is. It really is. I just love this place, and mainly because of the people in it. And joining us tonight, we have a new man on the crew. Some of you have heard him in Northwest Oklahoma. Cooper Johnson with us, from born and raised in Shattuck and now a student at Northwestern OSU. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
You know, nobody asks. Cade never asks how I'm doing. He's never asked that. He doesn't care. But
I don't know about that.
Now, come on. Well, maybe he cares a little. That's good to know right around Christmas, right?
Yes, it is very good to know.
I don't want to be buying gifts for a guy that just doesn't care, you know. So, Cooper, thank you so much for hooking on with us and doing a little practice teaching, I guess. Or this would be practice broadcasting type of thing. How are you liking your stay so far at Northwestern?
I like it a lot. The people are great there, and the opportunities I've been given and just the short time I've been there have been great.
So you're a Shattuck graduate, right?
Yes.
And you did some broadcasting in Shattuck?
Yes, I did.
What'd you do?
I was the color commentator for Shattuck football. I broadcasted all the softball games, and then I also helped with basketball.
Well, our pregame is brought to you by one of your dad's friends, Mock Resources, which in our community, as you know, it's a big company. They have offices really all over the world. They have an office in Waynoka, one of their regional offices, and Casey Ferguson is the head man here and is a friend of your family.
Yes, he is. As he was one of the first people to give me feedback when I entered broadcasting at Shattuck, and I'm grateful for the opportunity he's given me and as the people he's talked to.
He's a good man, as is Casey, wife Casey. Great people and a wonderful company. I mean, Mock Resources has done an awful lot of good around the world and in the communities that they serve. They're big, community-minded people.
Yes, they are. I think I've only met him once, but from when I did get to meet him, he seems like a great dude.
Without a doubt. So, Cade, you've had a look around. The Waynoka girls have had 2 contests outside of town. We wanted to open our broadcasting in town so that we could figure out quickly what we forgot and send me back after it. But we've got everything, I think, to keep this baby on the air for a couple of hours. So we open with Taloga here at home, but you have the history of the first 2 contests. So take the pregame. Here we go.
I do. Waynoka, coached by Robin Klein, coming into this one, a record of 1-1 on the season so far. Started the year with a win out at Aleen Cleo, and then last Friday going over to Vici, and that was a unsuccessful trip over there. Vici able to get a 44-22 win over the Lady Rails, but we'll see some familiar faces. Temperance Bozaiden's back, Shea Wilson's back, 2 of your big 3 really last year. Now, obviously, Bria Beck going to be a massive loss for the Lady Rails. She's off to Panhandle State, been playing basketball out there. And on the Taloga side, this is kind of an interesting Taloga squad. They're 4-5 right now. They've already played 9 games, coached by Rick Wilson. This is not the usual Taloga squad that comes in here that doesn't, maybe has 5 kids, maybe gets a win or 2 on the season. They've already won 4 games, and it's not pushover teams either. They've beaten Cimarron, they've beaten Gary. They played competitive, played Ringwood to 8. I mean, they're playing teams around here that usually have a pretty decent history.
And they have to be in pretty good shape because they're going to have to go all the way. There's no depth on the bench at all.
No, I mean, it's It's about 7 kids is what their roster usually holds. You look out there tonight, and there is right at, if you count them, 6 right now that we see. So we'll see who they're missing pretty quickly.
So you brought it up, Bria Beck. So we want to give an official big shout out to Bria Lee, because she's listening and maybe watching tonight. Let's see if we can focus on Bria's sis there. And my apologies, and Cade's also. Bria, well, no, Cade, you saw her at Northwestern. That's right.
I did, yes. Panhandle came to town, and she got some playing time in there. She got some buckets in, so it was good to see.
I was working a speaking thing out of town and didn't get to go, but I watched a little bit of it on the phone, and I'm telling you, the Beck family travels pretty well. I mean, they were loaded up and in there now. Bria probably had the biggest cheering section of either one of the colleges. So, opening ceremonies, here we go.
We get the national anthem in.
You gotta love it. The sound of Mary Hills, Mrs. Mary Hills Railroader Band. Really nice to hear live stuff at the basketball game. Any basketball game. Starting lineups. Let's pick up the coach.
Number 10, Kinsley Akers. Number 11, Brendan Meyer. Number 12, Mason Little. Number 15, Izzy Spawn. And number 45, Mackenzie Hammond. Lady Panthers are coached by Cook Wilson and Paige Wilson.
And now the starters will be announced for the Lady Rails.
Starting lineup for the Waynoka Lady Railroaders. Number 2, junior Aubrey Delano.
Aubrey Delano, a junior. Number 2.
Junior Riley Back. Number 13, junior Devin Seeger.
Evan Seeger introduced.
Number 21, junior Jeffrey Poseidon.
Temp.
Number 22, senior Jay Wilson. Lady Rails request for 11 bucks and 9 feet.
Number 4, Briley Beck. There's your baby sis, Bria Lee, and we're about ready to go. better way to start the end of the day than the Railroader. It is the first home game. Lady Rails wearing the home whites, of course, and the blue from Taloga. Play-by-play action coming to you now on KALV. Here is Cade Kennedy.
As the ball is tipped into the hands of the Lady Rails, as Shea Wilson will take over. Wilson just outside on the right perimeter, spins it over to Delano, gets it back to Wilson with a quick pass to Poseidon in the right corner. Poseidon dives inside between 3 defenders and draws a foul 6 seconds into the game. As the foul is going to be on Hamill, Mackenzie Hamill. That's her first. And that's something that Poseidon does so well, just being able to drive inside. Poseidon takes a couple dribbles, fires away the first free throw, and that one is in. Waynoka on the board first, 1-0. Poseidon fires away free throw number 2, and that one pops the net as well. A 2-0 lead for the Lady Rails, and we'll show a bit of a press as the inbound goes to Izzy Spahn, lobs it over to Hamill. Hamill takes a couple dribbles, still trying to go towards the center court area, now stops in front of the Waynoka bench and lobs it back over to Spahn. Spahn, right side, make her way in between the two circles, bounces it over towards the right side as Wilson tries to take a swipe at him before it quickly bounces back over to Hamill. Hamill from the right block, drives inside, and had the ball knocked away. Goes off the Lady Rails, 7:32 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka with a 2-0 lead. Spahn on the inbound. The baseline, looking for somewhere to get it into. Starting to run out of time, still trying to fire. Just gets it inside the Hamill left block. Turns around, fires a jumper. That one will just work off the right side. Picked up and then quickly lost in the shuffle. Aker able to scoop it up and lay it in. And we're tied up 2-2. 7:20 to go in the opening quarter. Now a bad pass by Delano, stolen away. The Lady Panthers running with it again. It's Aker. Aker on the left side, giving it back around in between the two circles to Spahn. Spahn has it stripped away by Poseidon. Poseidon coast-to-coast layup, just leaves it short, and Spahn able to scoop it up. Now lob it down to Hamill. Hamill loses it. Delano able to recover it. Has it nearly knocked out of bounds. Delano able to recover. Quick bounce pass around to Seeger, who gives it off to Poseidon. Poseidon crossing center court. Now lobbing it open to a wide-open Briley Beck. Beck goes up for it and tried to get a layup. Could not get it to go, but we are going to have a foul, it looks like.
Beck will go to the line. Man, Cade, both of these clubs, snappy passing, good movement on the court.
Absolutely. The foul is on Litzel. That's her first, putting Beck at the line. First free throw from the charity stripe, just a bit off for Briley Beck. 6:48 to go in the opening quarter. Score all knotted up at 2. Beck fires away the second free throw, and that one rattles on in. Advantage goes back to the Lady Rails.
The bank is open.
Oh, it is.
Welcome, Core Bank.
Spahn trying to navigate around the press, able to bounce it over to Hamill. Hamill trapped right in front of the Waynoka bench. Beck all over. Able to send it away to Litzel. Litzel trapped beyond the arc on the left side, dribbles over towards the Waynoka word mark. Able to spin it over to Spahn. Spahn retreats towards center court near the Waynoka logo. Now has to lob it over to Aker. Aker, left wing, looking to penetrate. Gets it inside of Hamill. Hamill not able to contain it. Ball babbles around and the hand of Delano. Now Hamill takes it back to the free throw line. Bounces inside of the right block. Bank shot won't go. Delano puts a paw on it, but not able to get it back. Instead, it goes out to Spahn on the right perimeter. Spahn will reset from the wing all the way out towards the center court circle once again, sending it over to Aker. Aker, left wing, playing it around the horn to Spahn, who quickly fires it over to Meyer. Brinley Myers gives it back to Spahn and finds Aker. Aker thought about a three, being guarded by Poseidon on the left wing. 5:45 to go in the opening quarter. Game still a 3-2 lead for Waynoka as Aker tries a long three from the left side. Just left it a bit long into the arms of Seeger. As Devin Seeger fires it away to Poseidon. Poseidon gives it off to Delano. Delano tries a jumper, and that one will go off the side of the backboard and is scooped up by Litzel.
Everybody's running some adrenaline off right now. I think they'll settle in, but passing is crisp and good.
It is. I mean, we are seeing a lot of up-tempo back and forth right now. Aker on the right wing being harassed by Shea Wilson. Able to get it over to Meyer with a pass that's tipped up by Poseidon. Poseidon floating it back to Wilson. Wilson loses the ball out of bounds. It'll go back to Taloga.
Got a little bit anxious on what I'm going to do here.
An open layup and thought about it, could not get it to go. We'll have a timeout taken by Waynoka. 5:05 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka with a 3-2 lead over Taloga. We'll be back in a moment here on KALV.
Beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, well, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Waynoka.
Back in Waynoka. 5:05 to go in the opening quarter. Lady Rails with a 3-2 lead over the Lady Panthers of Taloga. As Hamel lobs it across the timeline to Litzel. Litzel looks for Summer to go, having to face the 2-3 zone of the Lady Rails, going from right to left across your radio dial. She's able to pass it over to Aker. Aker on the right wing, trapped, looks for Summer to go, gives it over to Litzel. Litzel tries the long two, and she's able to knock it down. So Taloga hops back in front, 4-2 over the Lady Rails. As Bozeiden looks to drive inside around two defenders, just got it off the iron and tries to spin it back around, loses the ball, goes out of bounds. Taloga player tried to grab at it. It looks like it is going to be Waynoka's ball. And it is. It'll be Bozeiden on the inbound. 4:23 to go in the opening quarter. Taloga with a 4-3 lead over Waynoka. As Bozeiden looks for someone to fire in, still looking, scanning, gets it over to Wilson. Wilson gets in a tie-up with Meyer, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Taloga. That'll be Hamel on the inbound, getting it in cleanly to Spawn. Waynoka backing off the press for now. Spawn able to tiptoe across the timeline, feeds it inside to Meyer at the free throw line, throws it back out to Spawn, nearly bobbled the ball, rolls around towards the right wing. And Spawn being harassed by Wilson just as they lob it over to Hamel. Hamel on the left side, tries a three, and that one will sail out of bounds. Seeger with a smart play there just to watch it go.
3:59 in the first quarter. Both teams really, really active, but a little bit loose on fundamentals, shall we say.
At the moment, as Bozeiden gives it off to Delano in the right corner, now able to hop it over to Beck. Beck feeds it inside to Bozeiden. Bozeiden goes up strong, not able to get the shot to fall, but able to draw a foul.
Really good feed.
Foul will be on Aker. That's her first, third team foul on Taloga. As Bozeiden takes a couple of dribbles, fires away first free throw, clangs off to the right. Bozeiden looking to split the pair, takes a couple of dribbles, fires away, and that free throw will roll on in. Temperance Bozeiden, now the leading scorer for the Rails with 3 of their 4 points, 4-4 tie game, 3:40 to go in the opening quarter. As Hamel with a race across the timeline, looks for someone to go, and gets hacked by Beck. That'll be the first foul on Briley Beck. And the first foul on Waynoka all night.
Riley just a little bit exuberant there.
Hamel able to work it into Spawn. Spawn standing in the center court logo, the train, before passing it over to Hamel left wing. Hamel takes a step, looks for someone to pop inside, gives it off to Aker. Aker from the left elbow, gives it back to Hamel. Hamel backs her way inside, goes up strong, and travels before she lays it in. So the game still tied at 4, 3:20 to go in the opening quarter. We have a momentary stoppage for Shea Wilson to tie her shoe. Very important.
It is.
Got to make sure your shoes are tied.
Got to.
As the inbound now goes from Bozeiden to Wilson, right back to Bozeiden, who operates as the primary ball handler for the Lady Rails. Bozeiden makes her way towards the top of the key, looks for someone to dish inside, gives it off to Seeger. Seeger bounces back out to Wilson. Wilson from the left block, looking for someone to operate, gives it over to Beck. Beck tries a bank shot in the paint, can't get that one to spin it. Instead, Hamel able to scoop it up. As Hamel gives it back to Spawn, who tried to throw it back to Hamel, who wasn't ready for it, and goes out of bounds back to Waynoka. 2:57 to go in the opening quarter, still tied up 4 apiece.
That little half-court press working in 2 respects. They've thrown the ball away a couple of times, and it makes them work. They don't have a deep bench.
That it does. As Seeger looking for someone to inbound, gets it back to Bozeiden, who hops it into Seeger. Seeger tries to lob it back to Delano. Instead, it's tipped out of bounds. And a good read there by Litzel to just deflect it away.
Lucky to get that one back. Lady Rails get another chance.
Seeger working the right baseline, far baseline from our vantage point, able to get it into Boseiden on the right wing, deep on the right wing. Boseiden now dribbles across to the free throw line, kicks it back out to Delano at the top of the perimeter, spinning it around to Seeger. Seeger flings it inside to Beck. Beck tries to go up strong and is able to draw the 4th team foul on Taloga.
She was trying to square around to shoot, but didn't get squared around before she got hacked. So no foul shots here, but Lady Rails get the ball.
So we'll draw the 2nd foul on Mackenzie Hamill. His kick out on the inbound goes to Boseiden, left side in the corner. As Boseiden will slowly work her way out back towards the Waynoka mark before kicking it over to Seeger for a corner 3. That one just clangs off. Wilson able to go up strong, get the ball back, attack for the right block, kick it out to Beck for the mid-range jumper. That one just a bit too far into the arms of Litzel. Who then skips it away to Spawn. Spawn strolls across the timeline, now lobs it back over to Aker. Aker finds herself open on the left wing, thought about a 3. Boseiden comes over to cover, and now sends it back over the head of Meyer. Wilson able to contain it. As Wilson breaks through a double team, gives it away to Seeger. Seeger working on the left side, just inside the arc, throws the lob of a pass that's taken away by Spawn. Fight for the ball ensues, and Spawn is hurt. 1:57 to go here in the opening quarter, game tied at 4. And
she went down hard.
Spawn did go down hard.
Slapped the floor. Let's take a break here while a little bit and take a little time here. This portion of our broadcast tonight is brought to you by Rick George and Associates. You know, it's getting to be that time. In fact, it is that time. If you need the numbers done right and well and correctly and with great authority, see Rick or Matt at Rick George and Associates right across the street from the Little Sahara Car Wash in downtown Waynoka. 1:57 in the first quarter. We're going to extend our break here for the injury on the floor, and we'll be right back.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Warm up with a class at Northwest Technology Center this month. Choose one of our evening classes, including computer fundamentals, cooking, health-related courses, business development, and much more. Northwest Technology Center also offers training for your business at your convenience. Contact us today for more information at 580-327-0344 in Alva or 580-227-3708 in Fairview. Northwest Technology Center is preparing students for success in education, careers, and life.
Action picking up now. Tough break. Their main ball handler had a tough time getting off the court with a really bad ankle.
Absolutely. That was Izzy Spawn, who's been the primary ball handler, as you mentioned there, Ben. As we get Back to action. Seeger dumping it inside to Bozine. Bozine kicks it out to Waynoka, top of the key.
Get it.
3, and that one falls in. And Waynoka seesaws back in front 7-4. 1:42 to go in the opening quarter. And then we have a quick bump from Shea Wilson against Meyer. So that'll be the first foul on Wilson.
She didn't really hack at her. She just crowded her until she finally took her out of bounds.
More of a bump than anything else. And then on the inbound, Meyer goes back across the timeline, and that'll be a turnover there with the backcourt violation. So now Waynoka gets it back pretty quick. As Wilson able to inbound it to Boziden. 1:35 to go in quarter number 1. Waynoka with a 7-4 lead over Taloga. Boziden looking to attack from the left wing, drives inside with a bank shot, can't get that one to go. Spins in and out, scooped up by Litzel.
The Lady Rails have inserted Martinelli over here on this wing, number 20.
So Litzel has it taken away by Boziden. Boziden goes all the way, can't get it to go. Wilson tries to claw back at it, able to get the ball in the corner, spins it around to Seeger, left side 3. That one spins around and in. And Waynoka now up 10-4 over Taloga. 1 minute to go in quarter number 1. As Meyer gets it over to Litzel, and we're going to have a timeout taken by Taloga.
This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by Holder Drug in downtown Alva. Big promotion going on, Kate. Last weekend was the big Chamber of Commerce Christmas cash. They gave away a lot of money. Well, we got a little bit of it. Well, quite a bit. So Holders this Saturday will draw for $200 Christmas cash and a $50 gift certificate from Holder Drug. Join us down there about noon on Saturday. We're going to draw for that thing. You could be the lucky one, and I promise you, this promotion's only 2 weeks old, so your odds are going to be pretty good.
Yeah,
pretty
seems
good.
like pretty good odds.
Yep.
Back to action as Hamill inbounds it to Meyer for the Lady Panthers. Meyer in between the two circles, spins it around to Litzel on the right wing. Litzel looks for someone to attack, tries to bounce it back. Wilson able to strip it away and give it off to Boziden. Boziden racing towards the right block, looks to go inside, through a double team, tried to split it, missed her shot, gets her own putback. 5 now in the quarter for Boziden. And Waynoka with a 12-4 lead, 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Nice follow-up.
As Meyer tries to
got it again.
Boziden gets a paw on it and strips that one away. Now gets trapped in the right corner, being hounded by Meyer. Able to spin it around over to Wilson. Wilson for a left side 3. That one just clings out. Hamill able to scoop it up. As Hamill now looking to run with it. 12 seconds to go in the first quarter. Waynoka with a 12-4 lead over Taloga, gives it off to Aker. Aker in the right wing, heaves up a 3. That one clings off. Fought for and won for.
Martinelli with the rebound.
Martinelli, like you said, gives it off to Boziden. And that is how the opening quarter ends. Waynoka with a 12-4 lead over Taloga.
This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by Viv's Flowers and Things. If you really messed up at Thanksgiving, you can double down. Send bunches of flowers between now and Christmas. You'll be in good shape. Viv makes such beautiful centerpieces for your Christmas dining, for the big ornate Christmas table with all of the wonderful food. Give Viv a call. Tell her how big the family is, how big the table is, and how big your pocketbook is, and it all goes together with something really beautiful from Viv's Flowers and Things in downtown Waynoka.
Well, it's been a fun quarter so far. 1 quarter at home, and it's gone about as well as you could expect for the Lady Rails. 12-4 lead over Taloga, playing good defense. Waynoka starting to find that rhythm from beyond the arc. Delano and Seeger able to hit the big 3s. Get ready for quarter number 2. Taloga will have the ball to start the quarters. It'll be Mackenzie Hamill on the inbound, able to get it in.
Lady Rail sticking with that 2-1-2 zone that kind of flows pretty well.
As Meyer gets it over to Kinsley Aker on the left wing. Aker looking for someone to go, lobs it back over to Litzel now right side. Litzel looking for someone to dump it down to, gets it to Hamill. Hamill from the right block goes up through a double team, flips it up and in. And the first points of the day for Hamill. cuts the deficit down to 6, 12-6. Waynoka on top as Martinelli from the right side tries a long two, and that one will fall in. I was going to say it's about as long of a two as you could get, but Martinelli hits it for her first bucket of the game. 14-6, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 7:18 to go until halftime. As Meyer near the top of the key looks to drive inside in between the top of the perimeter of the free throw line, looks for a pass. Bozaiden swats it away. It's taken up by Litzel. Litzel gets it down to Hamill. Hamill flips away inside, throws him a shot, can't get it to go. Martinelli able to corral it and lob it out to Bozaiden. Bozaiden coast to coast layup, able to bank it in.
Good.
7 points now for Temperance Bozaiden. She's outscoring Taloga all by herself, 16-6. Waynoka on top, 6:48 to go in quarter number 2. Litzel looking to direct traffic, trying to move Meyer around, now lobs it over to Aker. Aker left wing and nobody on her. Bozaiden now comes to contain, quick fire around from Meyer to Litzel on the right wing. Litzel trying to size up Delano, lobs it back off to Aker. Aker shakes off a defender, fires a three. That one too strong. Delano able to get her hands on it for a quick skip pass out to Bozaiden. Bozaiden lobs it over to Wilson. Wilson, a left side three from deep. Couldn't get that one to go. Clangs off, and Hamill able to contain it. So Hamill able to get it around to Meyer. Meyer looks for somewhere to go with it. Now wants to slow things down. Wilson extending out to try to get to her. Finds Aker left wing. Aker looking to drive inside. Goes around a Hamill screen. Lobs it back over to Litzel. Litzel thought about a right side tray. Instead, gives it off to Meyer. Meyer in the corner being harassed. Gives it down to Hamill. Hamill bumps down. Extends off with an offensive foul. And so it's the third foul on Mackenzie Hamill. And keep in mind with the unfortunate injury that happened earlier, Taloga's only down to 5 kids.
Right. Number 4.
So
Riley checks back in.
Riley Beck subbing in place of Aubrey Delana.
Martinelli staying in. She is really showing some action.
She is. 5:45 to go in quarter number 2. Waynoka with a 16-6 lead over Taloga. Seeger able to rifle a pass inside to Bozaiden, goes to the right side and is able to scoop layup and get it to fall. 18-6, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 5:28 to go in quarter number 2. It's Taloga trying to find a way to claw back. A Taloga team we talked about, 4-5 on the year, has had some good wins. As Litzel on the left side has her pass swatted back to her by Seeger. Now double teamed and eventually able to draw a foul. Waynoka bringing enough pressure, and Shea Wilson gets whistled for her second. Lady Panthers on the inbound as Hamill able to bounce it into Meyer. Meyer, who's been operating as the point guard ever since Spawn went out. As Meyer flings it over to Aker. Aker still on that left wing, being tightly guarded by Bozaiden. Looks for somewhere to go, tries to get it back off to Litzel. Seeger tried to go for a steal, couldn't. Litzel spins inside and is able to draw some contact and another foul. Whistle this time going to go against Riley Beck.
They're sagging in there to try to help out with the tall girl, number 45, and got in a little bit of a crowd there.
It's Meyer on the inbound from the left baseline, looks for somewhere to go, gets to an open Litzel left corner, now drives inside, thought about a mid-range jumper, shakes off Bozaiden, fires away, shot spins around, couldn't go down, and Martinelli able to get it out, has 2 wide open Lady Rails to go to, gets it to Riley Beck, shiver, shot couldn't fall, Wilson tried to go for the putback, that wouldn't go either.
It's when you're just too open.
We got another whistle though, and it's another foul on Mackenzie Hamill, that is already her 4th.
And they don't have a substitute if she fouls out.
They don't have anyone with her size either.
Last year in the Buffalo tournament, we finished a game with one of the teams with just 4 on the floor. It's not very pretty.
As Wilson on the left side gets called for the carry. 4:39 to go in quarter number 2. Waynoka with an 18-6 lead over Taloga. Meyer races her way across center court, now walks right into a double team with Wilson now starting to back off. Bozaiden basically harassing whoever has the ball right now. Now it goes over to Litzel, quickly back to Aker on the right wing. Seeger switches on to her. Aker lobs it back over to Litzel. Litzel just on the 3-point line on the left side, looking for somewhere to go, trying to throw it inside, gets it back to Hamill. Hamill goes up for it, and Seeger able to get her hands on it and force the jump ball. 4:11 to go in the first half. Waynoka still with an 18-6 lead. Lady Rail defense has only allowed 2 points in half a quarter. Bozaiden races inside, loses the ball. 4 different Lady Panthers collided on her, but Litzel able to come out and run with it. Now looks to slow things down over to Meyer. It's Meyer at the top of the perimeter, looking for somewhere to go or for screen, and just hands it off to Litzel. Litzel trying to go at it. Wilson now comes over. Litzel able to hand it back off to Meyer. Meyer goes to the free throw line, dumps inside, gives it back to Aker. Aker loses the ball, has to retreat it back in the right corner. As Aker being guarded tightly by Seeger. Wilson comes over, gets her hands on the ball, fights for it, and another jump ball. Possession will keep it with Taloga. And this is a feisty Waynoka defense right now that they can smell blood in the water, just trying to go for the ball any chance they can.
We have a timeout.
We're going to have a timeout taken by Taloga. 3.
Clock still run. Oh.
Yeah, there they go. They stopped it.
There we go.
3:10 to go in the first half. It'll be a full timeout for Taloga. Waynoka with an 18-6 lead over the Lady Panthers.
This Saturday in Alva, across the street from McClure's, we will have Pictures with Santa with your pets. There's more information coming, so be listening tomorrow on KALV. But Salt Fork Designs, the building just across the street from McClure's agency. Santa will be there. Mrs. Claus will be there. We will be there. And we'd like for you to be there with your pet. We're particularly fond of dogs, but if you have a 50-pound boa, go ahead and bring whatever your pet is. Kind of keep the boa on the leash, if you will. Pictures with Santa, Saturday at 1:30. That's right there on Oklahoma Boulevard. Come join us.
So we get ready to go back to action. It's the Lady Panthers on the inbound from Hamill. We'll get it into Litzel. Spins it around to Aker. The top of the key, now fires it back over to Litzel. Litzel looking for someone to throw it inside. Instead lobs it all the way out to Meyer. As Meyer all by herself still. Waynoka finally coming over on the left corner, back around to Litzel, right side. Litzel looking to penetrate in from the perimeter, now kicks it back out to Aker. Aker right wing, backs out again. Over to Litzel. Litzel feeds, Hamill down low, turns inside and able to draw a foul. She'll get 2 shots out of this one. The foul is on Briley Beck again, and that's her 3rd. So it looks like it's going to bring Zoe Schmidt into the game for the first time. There's Hamill with 2 points on the day already.
Riley's got a tough assignment. You know, she's got the tall girl.
First free throw, crawls over the iron and in. Schmidt will sub in for Beck.
Zoe Schmidt, one of the promising freshmen.
It's Hamill.
As is Martinelli. I don't know if I mentioned that, but Martinelli's a freshman also.
As Hamill able to swish her second free throw. She has all 4 points this quarter for Taloga. Waynoka with an 18-8 lead over the Lady Panthers with 2:35 to go until halftime. As Bozaiden makes her way towards the top of the perimeter, gives it over to Martinelli. Martinelli spins around and gets whistled for the travel. Taloga will get the ball back after the turnover. Lady Panthers with an opportunity to cut the deficit back down out of double digits. As Litzel in between the 2 circles, gives it around to Aker, quickly sends it to Meyer on the left side. Meyer has a pass deflected away by Bozaiden, able to retrieve it. She stands on the left wing, dumps it inside to Hamill, tries to put up a shot. That one just rims out into the arms of Martinelli.
Okay.
As Martinelli looking to run with it now, being harassed by Meyer, able to spin it around to Seeger. Seeger on the left side, back over to Martinelli, top of the perimeter, sends it over Delano's way. Delano for the right corner, gives it back off to Seeger, who fires it around to Martinelli, right corner, now drives baseline, goes all the way to the rack and lays it in. Martinelli now with 4 points on the night. A 20-8 lead for Waynoka on top of Taloga. 1:35 to go in the first half. Aker in between the two circles. Flings it over to Litzel. Fires down low to Hamill. Hamill turns, fires, and scores. Mackenzie Hamill with 6 points now in the quarter. All 6 of Taloga's points. Is dealing with that foul trouble. Does have 4 fouls on the day already. 20-10, Waynoka doubling up Taloga with 1:14 to go in the first half. Bozine handing it off to Seeger. Seeger looking for somewhere to go near the top of the perimeter. Bounces it over to Martinelli. Quickly fires to Delano. Delano tries a long two. That one just a bit short. Hamill able to come up with it. Hamill bouncing it over to Meyer. Takes her spot, handing it off to Aker. Aker back towards center court. Swings it around to Litzel. Sends it back over to Aker. 48 seconds to go in the first half. Waynoka still on top of Taloga, 20-10. A dish inside from Aker to Hamill, draws a foul from Zoe Schmidt, her first.
Coach Robin Klein telling Schmidt, keep your hands up and out. Don't push forward.
So when you're guarding someone that's a little bit taller than you and has all the points in the quarter for Taloga, not a good idea to try to get her back to the free throw line.
Taller by maybe half.
Yeah, just a little bit taller. As the inbound pass gets tipped away and then stolen by Martinelli, who then gives it off to Bozine, and Bozine falls to the ground, and Coach Klein calls a timeout.
Coach Klein, seeing that her girls were a little scrambled there, so gave them the complimentary timeout to kind of put it back together. I'm no math major, but I can figure on this little number here, 20-10. Looks pretty good.
It does. Waynoka able to double up Taloga so far. Still winning this quarter. Energy's been good. Students are into it. It's nice to have the band here as always.
Oh, man. Mary Hill has done so much good in that area, as has Robin Klein with this girls' team. I'm telling you, these dribbling drills that Coach Klein puts them on, you can really tell the difference in the ball handling of these girls from last year, no doubt.
Absolutely. 40 seconds to go in the first half as Bozine able to fire it over to Seeger, who finds Martinelli deep in the right corner. As Martinelli trying to drive baseline again, floats it out to Bozine. Bozine for the right elbow, kicks it out to Delano, top of the key. Finds Seeger for a right side triple. That one banks off the iron and out, and Hamill able to go. That hits the iron and goes straight up, and then rainbows out.
We had that on the camera going right in, but just a little too hard.
Litzel with 5 seconds to go in the first half. Gives it over to Meyer. Meyer for a left side trade. That one won't go. Put back by Aker. Won't, but draws a foul with 1 second to go in the first half. As the foul's going to be on Schmidt again. That's her second. And Taloga with the opportunity to cut it back to a single-digit game right before halftime. First free throw on the way for Aker. Swishes in. Kinsley Aker now with 3 points on the day. Aker fires away, second free throw, spins out, put back attempt, in and out from Litzel, and that'll end the first half. So Waynoka with a 20-11 lead over Taloga here at the break.
Oh, it's halftime here in the Waynoka, the Lady Rails contest. 20-11 at the half here. So Cooper Johnson running the camera for us tonight and about to move into the action here. A freshman at Northwestern. So give me a little bit of a rundown of a student's day as a freshman at Northwestern. What classes are you taking?
So I'm taking wellness concepts, government. I'm taking Intro to Mass Comm and Intro to Speech, and also Ranger Connection, which is a class that you have to take as a freshman. And Intro to Mass Comm has really helped me understand like the back of the media side of it. So like what goes into the live stream, what happens throughout the radio, stuff like that. And it's really helped me understand what I need to do, like from the camera's perspective or from behind the computer.
So when you get past the freshmen have to do, what will be your major and the type of classes that you'll be in?
I'm majoring in mass comm, and then I'm minoring in sports and health sciences, and I'm starting some of my minor classes next semester, which I think is health and first aid. So I'm starting that. So I'm starting my minor, and then that intro to mass comm, starting my path towards my major of mass communications.
What's your biggest surprise about the college experience?
To be honest, it's probably the amount of downtime I have. When in high school, I was thinking I come to college and I'm busy with classes all day and I got projects I got to do, stuff like that. But especially at Northwestern, they give you a good time period and you're able to get stuff done. And it's a lot more stress-free than I figured it would be from an outside perspective.
I think it's a plus to you that you have recognized that time can be used constructively, because there were those that went before you that maybe didn't recognize that, and that makes it tougher. The way college is structured, you really don't have to work on your studies at night if you'll pay attention during the day.
Oh, absolutely. And during my free time, I'd go to the Academic Success Center and get some study hall hours in. And during that time, studying, making sure I get good grades on exams, and just doing the assignments that they assign us per week. It really helps me stay up with everything, and it also helps me feel more mentally prepared for the upcoming exams.
Now, Cade Kennedy, this is kind of interesting. The coaching staff at Taloga not sending the girls in to relax at halftime. They're going to have give and go drills.
Yeah, so they're still doing their drills. They're still doing layup lines out here. It is interesting to see. Waynoka's just in the locker room right now going over what they want to do. Taloga the exact opposite.
So, I mean, I don't know. I do know that the young lady that turned her ankle is out trying to loosen it up a little bit. That may get so it'll be okay tonight. Tomorrow going to be a little tough, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it'll be a lot more difficult tomorrow for her, unfortunately. But I mean, credit to her for trying to give it a go out here.
You know, strategy-wise, Coach Klein letting some of her freshmen play, which, of course, helps the youngsters, but it also helps fatigue the team that doesn't have any bench, because the youngsters are running at them hard and a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, when Taloga's only able to play the 6 that they have, and by default you're able to put a few freshmen in, you've got at least 7 kids, and you've got more that you can play out there. That's going to help a lot in this game. I mean, if Taloga gets into foul trouble any more than they already have with Mackenzie Hamill, who's their leading scorer with 6 points, she's already got 4 fouls.
Oh, really?
And she picked them up really quick. I mean, when you lose your center, basically, when she goes out, or if she goes out, I guess I should say, I think Waynoka will be looking to draw that 5th foul as quick as they can to start the 3rd quarter. You get her out of the game. If they try to put Spawn back in, I mean, credit to her, she'll try to fight back through it. But then you can just keep trying to attack.
The 2-1-2 zone defensively for the Lady Rails has worked really well. They don't strictly stay in it, because the two gals on the wing will sag back in when the ball comes into the tall gal. Yeah. So, and it's worked. I mean, it's worked well.
It has. I mean, it's shifted. We've seen it over the course of the game. Sometimes it'll look more like your traditional 2-3. Sometimes it'll split out in that 2-1-2 like you've talked about. But I think we have to give a lot of credit to Temperance Bozeiden and Shea Wilson for just absolutely leading the charge on that zone. They have been everywhere.
I promise you, if they would let Temperance Bozeiden play football, she'd be a starter. She is a natural athlete at whatever she attempts to do. Now, I'm sure that she works hard at it too, but she is a wonderful athlete.
And then you look at Shea Wilson on the other hand. She has 2 fouls for playing defense a little too hard. She's trying to make everything happen, whether the refs want it to happen or not. She is doing everything she can. If she sees the ball, her assignment's pretty simple. Get the ball.
Get the ball. There's the ball. Get the ball.
Exactly. I mean, it has worked out pretty well. Waynoka's been able to come up with a lot of steals early in this game. It's been a good watch so far.
2 minutes remaining in the half. Ben Buckland and Cade Kennedy at halftime here, along with our new man, Mr. Johnson, who will get in the fray come the third quarter. So let's pause for a little bit of a break here. We'll play a couple of pay a couple of bills. I can do this, and we'll be right back.
What do you look for in a good ag lender? Local decision making? Quick responses on questions? Personalized business packages with a focus on your financial goals? Guidance with the latest technology? On-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule? Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
We are very fortunate to live, to work, and to be able to play in this part of the world. We're also thankful for all of our blessings, our friends, and our neighbors in and around the Waynoka area. One of our big blessings is having our own animal doctor. That's Dr. Michaela Zook. Dr. Michaela Zook is now located in downtown Waynoka and can be reached at any time by telephone, 580-554-0226. Dr. Michaela Zook. One more blessing. And our hometown veterinarian.
Welcome back to Waynoka. Cade Kennedy here with you alongside Cooper Johnson and Ben Buckland. We're ready for the second half of the Lady Rails and the Lady Panthers squaring off. Waynoka with the ball to start half number 2 and inbound to Temperance Bozine. Waynoka going from right to left across the radio dial. Fires Aubrey Delano for a right side triple. That one won't fall, but Shea Wilson able to get the board from the free throw line jumper. Won't get that one to go. Ball tipped out of bounds by the Lady Panthers. So Cooper, welcome to the broadcast. You've been running the camera. You've been behind the scenes, been interviewing you at halftime. But now we've officially got you running color.
Thank you.
As we get back to action, quick inbound to Bozine from the left wing. Drives inside, goes with the right-hand layup, and able to lay it in. 11 points now for Bozine.
Bozine really good with that first step. She's real quick with it, and it gets the defender on her back hip. Allows her to get to the bucket a lot easier than the average player.
7:20 to go in quarter number 3. Waynoka with a 22-11 lead over Taloga. Izzy Spahn, who had that injury in the first half, is going to tough it out here in the second half with a quick pass over to Hamill. Turns, fires from the right elbow, and able to get her jumper to fall.
Hamill's a big key factor for this Taloga team, is with that 4 fouls, it's really important that she doesn't get that 5th foul, because she's one of the bigger bodies here on the floor, and she can just put the ball up above her head and make Waynoka reach for it.
Absolutely. As Wilson drives inside and able to draw some contact. And it's a good point you mentioned about Mackenzie Hamill. 8 points now, the leading scorer for Taloga, 8 of their 13. It's going to be a challenge for her to stay out of foul trouble just for the sheer amount of how much she's been in the paint all day.
And she's a physical player. She likes to bump around down low, and that with that foul trouble, that takes that aspect out of her game, and she has to be real conservative for the second half.
Absolutely. As the foul goes on Brinley Meyer, that's her first free throw for Wilson, no good. Second one on the way, and that one will swish in. So the first point of the day for Wilson. 23-13, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 6:45 to go in the third quarter. Spahn from the right wing, dumps it down low to Hamill, spins, fires again, tries to use some friendly iron, and that one will not go, but instead we're going to have a whistle and a foul on the floor. This foul's going to go against Delano. That's her first. Spahn on the inbound from the right baseline. Looking for somewhere to go. Scanning around. Trying to find anybody as Waynoka stretched out. Tries to throw it inside. Gets it to Aker. Aker kicking it back out to Meyer for the top of the river. Tries to feed it into Hamill. But instead, Meyer able to come up with it. And another foul. Kind of an awkward position for Bozine to be in. Just trying to go for the ball and ends up all over.
Yeah, it was kind of just unfortunate position for Bozine. Is, like you said, going for the ball. and she just kind of got under and took her legs out from under, and she just happened to fall on.
Get back on the inbound to Spawn, zips it around to Aker. Aker finds Hamill for another free throw line jumper, not able to get that one. Boziden corrals it running away. Boziden able to cross the timeline and fling it over to Wilson. Wilson left corner triple, just a bit too far, but Delano able to track it down. She tries a right side three. That one a bit too strong as well. Hamill able to collect the board. Boziden tries to take the ball away, and Hamill able to clear it out to Spawn. 6:05 to go in the third quarter. Waynoka, the 23-13 lead over Taloga. Spawn sends it around to Meyer in the right corner. Meyer now on the right side, throws a low pass, intercepted by Boziden. Boziden in a 1-on-2, takes it all the way to the lane. Can't get her layup to go. Put back by Wilson is in.
Nice hustle by Wilson as Boziden had that open lane, but Wilson understanding stuff happens. You miss the layup sometimes, and Wilson hustling, getting that putback layup.
That's the nature of the game as Spawn gets bumped by Boziden. That'll be the second foul on Tim. 5:40 to go in the third quarter and a 25-13 lead for the Lady Rails. Spawn in between the two circles, bounces it over to Aker. Send it right back to Spawn. Still standing there, goes into Hamill. Hamill jumps up and gets hit as she goes up for the shot. Foul is on Briley Beck again, and that's her fourth. We talked about the foul trouble with Hamill earlier, and this time now it's Beck committing her fourth.
Yeah, it's been real physical down low, and the refs have been calling it. So both people down low, Hamill and Beck, are both now in foul trouble.
As Hamill makes her way to the stripe, gets the ball, takes a couple dribbles, spins it a bit, stares at, fires away, and her first free throw rattles, goes all the way around, and finally down. And a quick sub for Waynoka as Gracie Martinelli will check in place of Beck.
One thing about Hamill, she's been to the line a couple times tonight. She is a good free throw shooter.
She is. She's 3 for 3 so far.
As most of the time, take Shaq, for example. If he was dominating down low, you just foul him. He couldn't make free throws. With Hamill, you can't do that.
Absolutely. She makes her fourth one. Announcer Jinx not working that time. Seeger splits it over to Martinelli in the left wing. Martinelli nearly stumbles with it, gets it back to Seeger around to Wilson. 5:15 to go in the third quarter, 25-15. Waynoka on top as Wilson lobs a pass back to Martinelli. She falls to the ground. Martinelli drives inside, lost the ball out of bounds back to Taloga. So there'll be Aker on the inbound, looking to get it into Spawn. Boziden showed a bit of pressure, now backs off. Spawn makes her way across the timeline, up towards the top of the perimeter, now backs things out further, swings it around to Aker. Aker takes a step, trying to find anybody open, lobs it back to Spawn right wing, sends it back over to Aker, top of the key. Aker backtracks, flings it over to Meyer. Meyer from the left side, thought about driving baseline, dips it off to Liddell, and Liddell able to nail a jumper for the right side. It's 25-17. Taloga able to cut it down to 8. 4:35 to go in the third quarter. Martinelli gets in a bit of a tussle with Spawn, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow goes back to Taloga. 4:33 to go in the third quarter. And Waynoka with a 25-17 lead over the Lady Panthers. Spawn crossing center court. Boziden greeting her. Now back over to Aker. As Aker standing near the Waynoka logo at center court. Bouncing it back and forth with Spawn. Gives it over to Aker. Right back to Spawn. Wilson, Boziden starting to creep their way up to him. As Aker now makes her way towards the left wing. Flips it back out to Spawn. Over to Meyer in the right corner. Meyer gives it down low to Hamill. Hamill gives it back over to Liddell. Liddell from the right block, just able to fling it in.
Really good ball movement by Taloga as finding the open spots in the zone, find that short corner there and making the baseline jumper.
As Boziden throws an errant pass that's stolen away by Spawn. Spawn with a 3-on-2, goes up strong, tries to lay it in, can't get it to go. Putback, however, is good. And it's a 4-point ball game with 3:33 to go in the third quarter, 25-21. Waynoka on top of Taloga. And we're going to have a timeout taken by the Lady Rails. So we'll take a quick break and be right back with more Waynoka basketball here on KALV.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Waynoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Waynoka, the little city by the sand. Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
Back in Waynoka as the Lady Panthers of Taloga have cut the deficit down to 4. Waynoka's still up 25-21 midway through the third, 3:35 to be exact. Coming off the Waynoka timeout, Waynoka already used 3 of their 5 timeouts. Lady Rails with the ball as the inbound goes to Bozeiden. As Bozeiden gives it over to Wilson. Taloga wanted to show a little bit of pressure now. As Wilson able to navigate around, fighting Seeger quickly off to Delano in the left wing, flips it back out to Wilson. Wilson retreating towards the center court logo, looking for somewhere to go. Meyer draped all over, dumps it down to Bozeiden. Bozeiden for the free throw line, drives inside, draws a foul, and the basket. An and one for Tip Bozeiden, and that's what Waynoka needed.
Nice job by Bozeiden, finishing strong, going through the contact, putting up the layup with the left hand, getting a free throw along with it.
Foul's going to be on Aker. That's her second. Bozeiden's free throw, nothing but net. So that'll make it a 14-point effort already for Bozeiden. She has exactly half of Waynoka's 28 points, a 28-21 lead for the Lady Rails. 3:09 to go in quarter number 3. Spawn able to strut across the timeline, now slow things down, bouncing it off to Aker. As Aker looks for somewhere to roll, eventually flinging it over to Meyer. Meyer in the left corner, head fakes, now drives inside the arc, dumps it off with a quick pass to Liddell. Liddell goes up strong, that one just a bit short. Meyer able to corral it, get it back, go all the way out towards the left arc. As Meyer with a pass down low, knocked out of bounds by Wilson. The ball will stay with Taloga, but a good deflection there by Shea Wilson.
As Wilson's been all over the floor on defense. Offensively, she only has, 3 points, I think?
Yeah, yep. She only has 3.
She only has 3, but defensively, she's been great for the Rails.
I mean, that's what she does. She's one of those just fly around, deflections, steals, whatever you need her to do. As Aker in between the 2 circles, inches towards the top of the perimeter now, gives it back out to Meyer. Meyer trapped in the left corner. Delano all over. Meyer now spins into a double team, dishes it down low to Hamill. Hamill spins inside and able to use the glass. 28-23. Taloga now only down by 5, 2:12 to go in quarter number 3. As Martinelli spins it back out to Wilson. Wilson standing at center court, flings it over to Seeger. Seeger standing out on the extended far right side. Now give it down to Delano. Delano wants to spin it inside to Bozeiden. Bozeiden once again attacking from the right block. Another layup for Tim Bozeiden. 30-23. Waynoka builds the lead back up to 7. 1:48 to go in the third quarter.
Really good pass by Delano there as Bozeiden sealed that defender down low. Delano finding her down low, and Bozeiden gets the easy layup.
Good job there by Delano, as you mentioned. As Hamill at the free throw line, lost the ball. Bozeiden gets it away, 3-on-1, developing, bounces it over to Wilson for the mid-range jumper. That one won't fall, and Aker able to retreat back with the board. As Aker now sprints by Delano, makes her way towards the right wing, wants to retreat back towards center court, looking to reset the play. Eventually finding Spawn, standing right inside the center court circle near the dime line. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Waynoka with a 30-23 lead over Taloga. Spawn bounces it back to Aker. Rifle it right back over to Spawn, giving it down low to Hamill. Hamill from the free throw line, drives inside, draws some contact, can't get her shot to fall. Liddell goes in for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball situation. Possession going to the Lady Rails. Bozeiden slowing things down off the inbound. Walking right towards the double team. Taloga has set for him. Quickly over to Seeger. Seeger finds Martinelli, who's able to lay it in. And Martinelli just waiting for it. Waynoka wanting to break a little bit of that pressure, and they did a good job of it there. 32-23. Lady Rails on top, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Spawn near the top of the perimeter. Trying to size up Bozine, now backs away. Looking for somewhere to go. Trying to scan across and find anyone that's open. Eventually gets to the Hamill. Hamill bobbles the ball, hands it back off to Spawn. Before she can do that, Bozine steals the ball, runs away from 3 different defenders, and goes coast to coast with the right hand layup. 34-23, Waynoka back on top by 11 with 7 seconds to go in the third quarter. Aker from the top of the perimeter hoists up a 3. That one just a bit too strong. Litzel goes up for a shot and draws a foul with 7/10 of a second to go in the quarter. She'll take a trip to the line. This foul's going to be on Devin Seeger. That's her first of the night.
Nice hustle getting that rebound, even with a little amount of time left. Still getting up a shot and gets fouled. Now she gets 2 free throws.
I mean, that was almost identical to how the second quarter ended. Taloga just doing a good job following the shot. So now we have a bit of a wet spot on the court. Got to get that wiped down. Always important. The ref doing a good job just cleaning up. Sometimes you don't think about the referees having to do the little things like that. They can be the maintenance crew. They can be all sorts of stuff for the game.
Yeah, they are. They have to officiate it, and sometimes they have to be a janitor.
Yeah, so they are all part of the game here.
Yep.
It's Mason Litzel, 6 points on the day, trying to get her 7th point right here to bring it back down to a 10-point game. Free throw on the way, and that one clangs off the front iron. A substitution in as Sadie Weeks will check in for the first time today in favor of Spawn. As Litzel takes a couple of dribbles, fires away. Free throw number 2, clangs off the side. Wilson contains it, and that will end the third quarter as Waynoka with a 34-23 lead over Taloga. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Railroader basketball here on KALV.
Clean Harbors, hazardous waste disposal and recycling services provide the widest range of recycling, treatment, and disposal options for all your hazardous waste streams. Unmatched in North America, our infrastructure of hazardous waste management facilities services all of the U.S. and Canada, northern Mexico, and Puerto Rico. We handle both drum and bulk hazardous waste in liquid, solid, semi-solid, sludge, and gas forms. One call handles all your hazardous waste disposal needs. Located in Waynoka, where we proudly support our railroaders.
We are very fortunate to live, to work, and to be able to play in this part of the world. We're also thankful for all of our blessings, our friends, and our neighbors in and around the Waynoka area. One of our big blessings is having our own animal doctor. That's Dr. Michaela Zook. Dr. Michaela Zook is now located in downtown Waynoka and can be reached at any time by telephone, 580-554-0226. Dr. Michaela Zook. One more blessing. And our hometown veterinarian.
Welcome back to Waynoka. As we get ready for quarter number 4, Lady Rails with a 34-23 lead over the Lady Panthers of Taloga, the home opener here for Waynoka. Both teams trying to get their way back around 500 or over 500 in the case of the Lady Rails. Taloga with a record of 4-5, Waynoka 1-1 as the pass goes into Bozine. Bozine able to swing it back around to Seeger, finds Wilson. Shea Wilson for the top of the perimeter, giving it back over to Seeger, lobs it inside to Delano, goes up with it, able to flip the shot in. And a great job there by Delano.
Something I've been really impressed with in the back half of the third quarter and the beginning of the fourth is the ball movement by the Lady Rails. So they've been getting a lot of open layups down low just because of how they're moving the ball.
They're doing a great job of that as it's a 36-23 ball game in favor of Waynoka. As Hamill from the mid-range, or from the free throw line, tried a jump shot, couldn't get that one to go. Well, the ball just skips around for a bit. Hamill got it back, tried to go up strong again, couldn't get there. Bozine, long bounce pass out to Wilson. Wilson drives inside, tries to use a big shot, and it goes in. 38-23, Waynoka continuing to build the lead all the way up to 15, and a timeout going to be taken by Taloga. 6:56 to go in the ball game. Lady Rails up 38-23. We'll be back here in a moment with more Lady Rail basketball here on KALV.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Waynoka is like its owner. Beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, well, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Waynoka.
Back in Waynoka. Cade Kennedy with you alongside at Cooper Johnson's. The Lady Rails have extended the lead to the largest it has been tonight. 15-point advantage in favor of Waynoka. As you mentioned it, Cooper, I mean, just the ball movement Waynoka's had, just the defense they've continued to go with. Temperance Bozide, 9 points in the first half, 9 points alone in the third quarter. Waynoka really starting to hit their stride now in this one.
Yeah, the Taloga started cutting it close, got it to a 4-point lead, and Waynoka came out of that timeout and just went head first and put this lead up to what it is now, 15. And as you said, the defense, as I haven't talked about the defense has been really good. They communicate really well, and they know their zones as they pass off people cutting very well.
The inbound for the Lady Panthers goes back out to Izzy Spawn. Spawn rifles it over to Litzel. Litzel on the left side loses it out of bounds. And so Waynoka able to capitalize there. Another defensive stand for the Lady Rails. As Boziden lobs it over to Wilson. Wilson able to drive across the timeline. Wilson floating it back over to Seeger. Seeger gives it down low to Boziden for the right elbow. Kicks it out back to Seeger. Spins it around to Wilson, left wing, before dumping it down low to Boziden. Boziden double team, triple team. Gives it back out to Seeger for a long two for the right side. And that one floats in for Devin Seeger. 40-23, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 6:10 to go in the ball game. Spawn works her way back towards center court. Flips it around to Litzel. As Litzel throws a pass tipped up in the air, Delano able to take advantage of it. Gives it off to Boziden. Boziden slowing down. Lets the defense catch up with her to bounce it over to Wilson. Tried to fire it in. Couldn't get that one to go. And Litzel able to come up and snatch the board away. Boziden trying to get her hands on it, but Litzel able to give it back away over to Spawn, drifting towards the right side. Giving it off to Meyer before she lobs it back over to Spawn. Her heels on the center court logo. Walks up to the top of the key, tries a long three, couldn't get it to go. It goes off the leg of Delano. Fight for the ball ensues. It's a jump ball. Possession will keep it with the Lady Panthers. 5:26 to go in the ball game. Waynoka still with 40-23 lead over Taloga. Spawn on the inbound, trying to find anyone. Gets it over to Meyer. Meyer drives baseline, has the ball poked away by Delano. Ball still loose. Eventually picked up by Martinelli. It's Martinelli with a long pass down to intended for Bozide, but Hamill does a good job able to recover it back. Give it off to Aker. Aker, top of the key, drifts around. Boziden gets a hand on it, knock the ball loose, then knock the ball loose again as Martinelli able to bounce it over to Boziden, who flings it down to Wilson. Wilson thought about it, but a long pass it said to Martinelli, gets right under the basket and travels with it. 4:57 to go in the ballgame. We'll have another substitution. It'll be Reagan Wilson checking in for the first time tonight in place of Martinelli.
Lady Rails are having really good hands right now. It seems like every pass they're getting a hand on it somewhere, whether it's a pinky or it's a full hand. They're tipping it somewhere, and Waynoka's been able to force a lot of turnovers here of late.
I say when you get those turnovers and deflections, that really starts to add up as it's a freshman checking in for a freshman in place of Reagan Wilson coming in for Martinelli. Aker on the left wing, lobs it back out. Shea Wilson able to get a hand on it, and that one goes out of bounds off of Wilson. They'll stay with, actually, no, they're going to say it goes off Taloga. Shea Wilson on the inbound, scanning, looking for somewhere to go. Gets it out to Seeger. Seeger nearly had the ball bobble away. Has to go back to it. Finds Shea Wilson on the right side. Extended out just a bit is Shea Wilson, who spins around a defender. Hop steps inside, and we've got a 3-second violation on Reagan Wilson. Just spent a little too much time in the paint. 4:22 to go in the ball game. Waynoka on top of Taloga, 40-23. Spawn tries to lob a pass. Poseidon tipped it in the air. Go right back to Spawn, standing on the Waynoka word marker, looking for somewhere to go. Eventually has to heave it down to Meyer. Meyer drives inside, lost the ball, picked up by Hamill. Hamill from the left block, looks to go to work against Reagan Wilson, fires up a wild shot, can't get that to go. Delano gets a hand on it, but tips it right back to Spawn on the right wing. Spawn tries to clear over to Meyer, spins around. Meyer top of the perimeter, feeds it back into Hamill. Hamill nearly lost the ball. Reagan Wilson all over. Got a fight for the ball ensues. Both players go down to the ground. We've got a foul on Reagan Wilson. That's her first of the game. Just a bit of a chaotic sequence there. Everyone just trying to find the ball and hold on to it. Spawn on the inbound. Right baseline. Gets it into Litzel. Litzel nearly loses the ball. Recovers and is able to throw it in.
Nice job by Litzel sealing that post defender. A nice find as well as Litzel puts it up and in.
40-25, Waynoka on top by 15 over Taloga. Shea Wilson being harassed by Meyer, gives it back off to Seeger. Seeger lobs it over to Shea Wilson, dumps it down low for Poseidon at the left elbow, just has to try to flick it back out to someone. It was deflected, so Seeger able to go back across the timeline to recover it. Seeger nearly loses the ball, hands it off to Shea Wilson. Wilson looking to attack, drifts over towards the right side, now spins back out on the perimeter. Shea Wilson, double teamed, has the ball bobbled away, able to recover it, gets it back out, fires over to Seeger, top of the key tray. That one just a bit strong off the iron. Hamill able to get the board. 2:55 remaining in the fourth quarter, 40-25. Waynoka leading Taloga. As Litzel tries another long right side jumper, and that one spins around and in for Litzel. 10 points now for Mason Litzel.
And Litzel is pretty good at that shot. She's gotten that shot a few times tonight. I know two of them in the second half, and I know she got one in the first quarter.
Shea Wilson lost the ball. Hamill's able to pick it up and then immediately whistled for the double dribble. 2:32 to go in the ball game. 40-27. Waynoka leading Taloga. So it'll be Seeger on the inbound, right in front of the Waynoka bench, here in front of our camera if you're watching live on Railroader TV, Facebook, or YouTube. Gives it off to Shea Wilson, drives inside, free throw jumper, can't get that to fall. And another situation where Shea Wilson and Mackenzie Hamill go to the floor. It's another jump ball.
It's Wilson, even being up 13 here with 2 minutes left, showing tremendous effort.
It does not matter. She's going to keep finding the ball. As the inbound goes to Shea Wilson, tries a long two and pops the net on that one. Wilson now up to 7 points in the game and the lead back up to 15, 42-27, favoring Waynoka. Spawn able to send it over to Meyer on the right wing, gives it back to Litzel, dumps it down to Hamill, nearly lost the ball. Meyer able to recover. Meyer tries a bank shot, that one just a bit short. Martinelli able to scoop it up, loses the ball, and another jump ball forced as Shea Wilson having to try to yank it away from two different Lady Panthers with 2 minutes to go. As the inbound goes from Hamill to Spawn, who is still laboring out there after the injury she had earlier in the game. Tries to lob a pass, Poseidon strips it away, able to get it off to Wilson, and Wilson lost the ball out of bounds back to Taloga. Have a substitution. Briley Beck will check back in place of Seeger. It's the inbound from Aker for the Lady Panthers, goes out to Meyer. Meyer able to flip it over to Spawn on the right side. Now make your way up towards the perimeter of Spawn with a pass thrown inside, tipped around and out of bounds.
As I was saying earlier, it seems like every pass that Taloga attempts gets tipped by a defender. As Wilson and Poseidon, two of the main, and then number 24, the freshman Wilson, is also doing a nice job.
Absolutely. Both Wilsons doing a great job as the inbound inside to Hamill results in a foul. And a substitution for Taloga. Sadie Weeks will check in place of Spawn. The foul's going to end up going on Temperance Boside, that's her third. As the inbound intended for Litzel, it's another fight for the ball. Boside goes down. Everyone goes to the floor. 5 different players fighting for it. That's going to be another jump ball.
There's a lot of hustle on this floor right now.
Is.
Even with the little amount of time left, people are diving everywhere.
It does not matter. 1:25 to go in the ball game. Waynoka up 15. Everyone still wants the ball. As Boside able to give it away to Shea Wilson on the extended right side, furthering out back towards the timeline is Shea Wilson, and she ends up carrying it, so another turnover back to Taloga. Inbound for the Lady Panthers, goes back into Meyer, makes her way across center court. 1:05 to go in the ball game. Lady Rails with a 42-27 advantage. As Meyer able to get it inside to Aker. Aker from the right elbow tries a long two, and that one will float in.
Nice job by Aker coming to get that ball, not letting any Lady Rails tip it. The nice jump stop, nice mid-range jumper as well.
50 seconds to go. Waynoka with a 42-29 lead over Taloga. Boside sails it over to Wilson. As Wilson fires it down low to Martinelli. That one goes out of bounds. 41 seconds to go in the ball game. Taloga able to get another crack at it. Just trying to get it back down under 10 points. As Meyer hustles their way up across the timeline. Now stops, faces Boside, has to heave it over to Hamel with a shot that gets knocked out of bounds by Boside. Meyer on the inbound for the Lady Panthers for the baseline, throws it in. Reagan Wilson immediately jumps on it, is able to tip it out of bounds. It'll go back to the Lady Rails.
Nice job by Reagan Wilson jumping in front of that pass, tipping it, and then makes it touch the inbounder before it lands out of bounds.
Active hands all night for the Wilsons. As Boside just trying to get across the timeline at this point, faces a double team. And we are going to have a timeout taken by Waynoka with 15 seconds to go in the ball game. Just a learning process basically here. Just trying to make sure that, hey, we're going to be in situations like this. We're up by 13 right now, and it's late in the game, only 15 seconds to go. This is something we're going to see as the season continues. Teams are going to look at tape and see, well, if Taloga can do it, we can do it, and then you've got to be ready for that pressure when it comes.
This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by Chimney Rock Mini Storage. Larry and Linda serving the community in so many areas. We appreciate them so much. Thank you to our sponsors for bringing us home and on the road. Everything happening.
Reagan Wilson fires it into Boside. Boside nearly has the ball poked away, goes down to the ground, and we're going to have another jump ball with 10 seconds to go in the ball game.
Yeah, no quit whatsoever in anybody on the court right now.
Everyone wants to keep playing, but the game is going to end in 10 seconds. As the inbound goes to Meyer. Meyer streaking across the court, gets towards the right wing. 5 seconds to go. Meyer looking for somebody to go, lobs it back over to Hamel. Ball rattles around. Hamel from the left side, throws up a three, and that one will be just a bit short. And so Waynoka able to win the home opener 42-29 over Taloga. And that win will put the Lady Rails to 2-1 on the season. It'll drop Taloga to 4-6. And I mean, you look at it here, the band getting to play, everyone getting to cheer. A nice night on the girls' side for the Lady Rails. And you look at it from the Taloga side, I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame. This is a Taloga team that is much improved from the Taloga of years past, but for Waynoka, still a nice 13-point win.
Yeah, it is, as there's a lot of people showing out today. Shea Wilson, nice job on the defensive side and on the offensive side. Boside really showed out on the offensive side and also did a great job defensively, as those are just the main two I can think of right now, but everybody on the Lady Rails did a great job tonight defensively.
Absolutely. As Waynoka able to get the 42-29 win over the Lady Panthers. Look at how this one wraps up statistically. Leading scorers, starting with the Lady Rails. Temperance Boside leading the way with 18 points. Shea Wilson finishing with 7. Gracie Martinelli putting up 6, 5 points from Aubrey Delano, 5 points from Devin Seeger, and 1 point from Briley Beck. Looking at scoring on the Taloga side of things, Mackenzie Hamill finishing with 12, Mason Litzel putting up 10, 5 points from Kinsley Aker, and 2 from Izzy Spawn. Waynoka, a 13-point win over the Lady Rails, moving them to 2-1 on the season. Of course, that's not the only game tonight. We've got the men's side getting ready to start here in about 7 minutes or so. The Rails and the Panthers. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive into that matchup. It's more Railroader basketball here on KALV.
Alva State Bank and Trust Company, older than Oklahoma, big enough to serve you and small enough to know you.
We love to give back to our customers. Did you know Alva State Bank offers a great rewards checking account program? That's right. You can earn cash back or high interest with our Kasasa accounts. We will even refund you up to $25 in ATM fees.
How do I qualify?
It's simple. Just swipe your debit card 12 times, sign up for online statements, and have one ACH credit or debit post to your account.
Can I do it online?
Yes. Just visit our website at www.alvastatebank.com to see if our Kasasa Rewards program is right for you. We make banking easy. Whether you're at home, the office, or in your car, our online or mobile banking options help you juggle busy schedules and financial needs.
We plant roots where others have branches.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What do you look for in a good ag lender? Local decision making? Quick responses on questions? Personalized business packages with a focus on your financial goals? Guidance with the latest technology? On-site visits with respect for your time and your schedule? Well, if that sounds good to you, you should give us a call. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the leader in ag lending.
Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, an equal housing lender, online at farmcreditloans.com.
America's Oasis, a whole new world of off-road delight. America's Oasis, joining the north edge of the Little Sahara State Park just south of Waynoka, is open for business, and they invite you and your family to come stay and play. To explore all the possibilities, go to their website, americasoasis.com, and see the many ways you can come to Northwest Oklahoma and play in the sand. America's Oasis, an amazing concept. You have to experience it to believe it. Come visit America's Oasis, just south of Waynoka, the little city by the sand.
We are very fortunate to live, to work, and to be able to play in this part of the world. We're also thankful for all of our blessings, our friends, and our neighbors in and around the Waynoka area. One of our big blessings is having our own animal doctor. That's Dr. Michaela Zook. Dr. Michaela Zook is now located in downtown Waynoka and can be reached at any time by telephone, 580-554-0226. Dr. Michaela Zook. One more blessing. And our hometown veterinarian.
Welcome back to Waynoka as we get ready for the men's side. Waynoka taking on Taloga. And this is a Waynoka Rails team, a record of 1-1, was able to get a 64-56 win over Allen Clio to start the season out at Allen. And then you look at it on the men's side, they had a loss taking on Visai. And keep in mind, Class B is split this year for basketball, the way that works. There's a B1 and a B2 now. It's just like football. It's not just one Class B anymore. But in the B2 side of things, that's where Waynoka and Taloga are both located at this year. Waynoka takes a trip out to Visai, taking on the number 3 team in Class B2 in Visai, and loses that game 101-28. That's more an indicator, I think, of how good Visai is, more than it is anything against Waynoka. But Waynoka tonight taking on a Taloga team that is 1-8 on the season. Waynoka coached by Jared Strait, Taloga coached by Danny Stump, a Taloga team that started the season 1-1. They've lost 7 straight games. They're still trying to find their rhythm a little bit. 10th game of the season for them compared to just 3rd for Waynoka. We'll have to see how things play out for both sides, but as we were talking about a little bit numbers-wise, Ben, Not a lot of difference in these two in terms of the numbers advantage.
No, and there's really not a lot of difference in height. I mean, both of the teams have a little bit of length, and then they have some guys with not so much length that can really handle the ball. So they really kind of mirror each other.
They really do, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out for Waynoka, because we talked about them so much last year. You lose your Dason Cunningham, you lose your Landon Seegers, you lose some of your players like that. It's up to that new batch of seniors to take over and kind of lead on this team.
And last year, a lot of the games were close, so you don't sub freely on those. So the young guys didn't get an awful lot of playing time on a lot of the games. I can think of 7 or 8 of the games that only 1 or 2 subs were used in the entirety of the game for the Railroaders.
Absolutely. And so kind of some of those seniors, Roland George, Rolton Bozide, some of those guys who got a lot of experience last year here on the hardwood, going to have to step it up for the Rails, you would think, this season. But it'll be intriguing to see, because you look at the roster, no juniors and no freshmen for Waynoka. You're either a senior or a sophomore.
I did not notice that till just now. You're exactly right.
Yeah, 4 seniors and 5 sophomores. A very senior heavy for your 4 that you have, but then you think of what's coming down the line, and you're going to have a lot coming up.
I did see on the first game the Hustle Award went to Cooper Truesdale, who's one of the sophomores, and he's one of the guys that has some length. Coached by Jared Strait and Payson Slater. Of course, you got acquainted with Coach Slater. He was the head coach of the Railroaders football team. So a lot of these guys he's very familiar with.
As we get ready for the starting lineups for both sides here, about 30 seconds until this one's underway. Waynoka wearing the white jerseys, white shorts, Taloga clad in all blue. As we get ready to turn things down courtside for the starting lineups.
And we'll have the dulcimer sounds of Coach Westfall. Here we go.
Number 1, Ryan White. Number 2, Spencer Akers. Number 11, Jasper McGriffey. Number 25, Gavin Irving. Number 32, Dave Myers. This is the coach by James Stunt and Justin Smith. Start lineup for the Waynoka Railroaders. Number 11, sophomore, Lyden Homertime.
So there's the first sophomore starting, Hammerstein. Longoria will start. He's also a sophomore. Truesdale will start. He's also a sophomore. White Village will start. He's also a sophomore. And Boziden, the senior, will start. Boziden didn't play football this year to be able to concentrate on basketball. Hopefully, that shows up here.
See how it works. Boziden, one of the glue guys, really, of the team last year. Whatever you needed him to do, he was able to find a way to do it. See, it's 8 minutes on the clock, and we get ready for action here in Waynoka. Home opener about to be underway. This is going to be Gavin Irving for Taloga and Wyatt Millage for Waynoka on the tip. Ball's tipped up in the air and contained by Millage. Rails have the ball, and away we go. As Weston Longoria able to get it away to Lyden Homertime. As Homertime able to give it back off for a long 2 from Millage, just a bit short. Picked up by Jasper McGuffey. McGuffey drives inside, has his shot deflected, put back on the way from Tade Meyer. That one just a bit off as well. And Truesdale able to contain the board early. No score, 7:30 to go in the opening quarter. As Longoria hands it off quickly out to Boziden for a long three, and Boziden able to knock it down. Roden Boziden for three to start the night.
That is, as a rule, a good thing. If he hits the first one, then he's set for the evening in a good way.
Absolutely, as Longoria gets into a bit of a scrap with Meyer trying to fight for the ball. Results in a jump ball situation. 7:15 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka on top 3-0. Blaine White looking for somewhere to go on the left baseline. Gets it out to a free throw line jumper that banks in for Irving. So Taloga able to get on the board to make it 3-2. Waynoka on top in the first minute of this one. Longoria hands it off to Homer Time. Homer Time towards the free throw line. Tries to skip it off to Boziden and out of bounds.
Lost the handle.
Taloga on the inbound as it'll be Irving looking to find someone to get it into. Gets it into Kessler Aker. Aker streaking across center court. Going to run across the timeline. Nearly falls down with it before passing it off to Meyer in the right quarter. Meyer able to give it off to Irving. Irving loses the ball near the paint where it's scooped up by Millage. Millage nearly lost the handle. Spins around, gives it back to Truesdale. Truesdale lobbing it over to Longoria. Makes his way towards the left wing. Now cruising around the top of the key for Boziden Trey. That one will clang off the back iron. Fight for the ball between Meyer and Millage. That's going to result in a foul on Wyatt Millage, his first. And immediately coming into the game is Roland George. So one senior that starts and one senior who's your sixth man is how the Rails look to run it this year. Waynoka now bringing pressure on the Taloga inbound. Able to get it into Aker is Irving, who gets the ball right back. 6:25 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka with a 3-2 lead over Taloga. As Aker goes streaking inside, drives in, draws a foul. As the foul is going to be on Longoria. That's his first. And another quick sub as Titan Smith Dunn will come into the game for the Rails, and a few more subs for Taloga. It'll be number 23, Preston Nelson, number 15, Matthew Stump, coming into the game.
Another sophomore in for Waynoka, and a sophomore out.
As the inbound goes to Aker. Aker tries a mid-range jumper, not able to get that, and Smith Dunn able to get the ball. Lob it all the way out to Boziden. Boziden takes his man to the block, bounces inside and scores.
That was a good look.
That was a really good look that Boziden was able to create for himself. 5-2. Waynoka on top of Taloga. 6 minutes to go in the quarter number one. McGuffey drives inside to the lane, and we end up getting another whistle and a foul.
Hammerside kind of got him going by. It was kind of a drive-by foul.
Yeah, and so that'll be the first on Homer Time. So they'll put McGuffey at the line. First free throw on the way from McGuffey is good. And yet another substitution as Andrew Castillo checks in. Checking in place of Homer Time. Second free throw on the way from McGuffey, and that one nothing but net to make it a 5-4 advantage for Waynoka. Boziden from the right wing. Thought about driving baseline. Goes to the right block. Has a shot that creeps over the iron and in. 7 points for Boziden, all 7 for Waynoka. 7-4 advantage over Taloga. As a handoff goes to McGuffey, tipped away, but out of bounds. It'll stay with Taloga. Looked like it was going to be a quick steal. That is not the case.
Roland George on the line made the steal, but on the line.
Lobs a pass that's taken away by Castillo. He's able to give that back around. The fight for the ball ensues, trying to find it away. And Titan Smith Dunn thought he had it. Instead, it's a jump ball. The quick substitution is Cooper Truesdale will make his way in.
Along with Wyatt Millage back in. Got a little breather.
Yeah, I would say a lot of quick subbing going on for Waynoka here. 5:34 to go in the opening quarters. And pass on the inbound goes to Truesdale, lays it up and in. And a quick timeout taken by Coach Stump. 5:30 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka with a 9-4 lead over Taloga.
This portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Chimney Rock Mini Storage. Thanks to Larry and Linda Zook for all they do in the community. If you need storage, call Linda or Larry. They'll put you on the list. There's not very many people on the list, and it's that time of year where Some of the Dune people are checking out of their need to have a storage facility in Waynoka, so a good time to check with Linda and Larry. Chimney Rock Mini Storage, we thank them for supporting all things Northwest Oklahoma.
As we get back to action, Stump on the inbound, able to get it into McGuffey. McGuffey immediately facing pressure from Poseidon. Able to streak past him. McGuffey goes to the paint, loses the ball, spinning around, fight for the ball. McGuffey goes back, tries to get it, picked it up, moved his feet. That's a travel. So it'll be Truesdale on the inbound, getting it out to Longoria. 5:18 to go in the opening frame on this one. Waynoka with a 9-4 lead. Longoria bumps into a guy. Millage able to come over and corral it. Longs a pass out to the side for another three. Drained it, but we got a whistle and a travel first. And a quick sub as Homertzheim comes back in place of, trying to see who he's in place of. Looks like Longoria.
Poseidon giving the referee that look of, man, that's my very best shot that you just took away from me.
As the inbound goes to McGuffey, McGuffey drills right into the corner. Poseidon there for him. Has to get it back off to Irving. Irving lobbing it over to Aker. As Aker in between the two circles, dishes it back over to McGuffey. McGuffey head full of steam, drives inside, lost the ball, and it'll stay down here. Stump on the inbound from the left baseline, being guarded by Miller. Stump looking for somewhere to go, has to lob it all the way back out to Nelson. Nelson able to spin it over to Irving. Irving gets bumped by Truesdale. That'll be the first foul on Truesdale. So it's the 14th foul on Waynoka. Taloga still not with a foul this game. 4:50 to go in the opening quarter. It's a pass lobbed all the way into the second row. On top of the Waynoka bench, it'll be another turnover back to the rails. So we'll have a quick sub. Blaine White coming back in for the Panthers in place of Stump. As Truesdale gives it into Poseidon. Poseidon running as the point for a moment before giving it off to Castillo. Castillo flips it back over to Poseidon, the left wing. Now hammers his way back towards the elbow, kicks it out. Castillo for a rainbow. That goes in! How about that for a shot?
We had time to appreciate it while it was in the air.
He did. Aker dribbles around, lost it out of bounds, and so Waynoka able to get it back up 12-4. 4:32 to go in quarter number one. Quick subs again for the rails, as it will be Tyden Smith-Dunn and Wesley Longoria coming back in. As Castillo all smiles as he goes back to the bench, and he should with a shot that goes in like that.
Right.
As we've got.
We got a little spill.
A little bit of a spill.
Yeah.
Referee's going to come out and get the towel and try to clean this thing up.
4:32. That's the numbers on the board. 4:32 on the clock. Rails up 12-4. Lady Rails won theirs in good stead after they got caught up with almost. We're leading by 4 at the end of the third, but then blew it open.
They did. 42-29 win for the Lady Rails. Good win to start the season at home. Now back to action. Deep three for Homertzheim from the left side. 15-4, they are falling from that side as the inbound results in Aker getting bumped, and that'll be a foul on Longoria, I believe. And that's what it's going to be. It's the 15th foul on Waynoka, so there'll be free throws down on this side.
There's going to be some fouls. It's loose and free. Lots of action, but lots of really, really close action.
As the first free throw by Aker just a bit too strong, as Roland George subs into the game in place of Millage. Second free throw on the way for Aker, and that one clings off the iron. Poseidon able to scoop it up. Poseidon now looking to run with it. Lobs it back over, just too strong for Homertzheim. And Poseidon, he had the right idea, just threw it a little too far.
Threw it out of the stadium.
If it could have rolled to the trophy case, it would have back there,
yes,
behind the glass. On the inbound, Waynoka bringing pressure, able to get it into Aker, but now Aker trying to look for somewhere to go, able to tightrope the sideline, nearly runs into Tyden Smith-Dunn, bobbles the ball, Longoria able to come up with it. Longoria now thundering back across the timeline.
Whoa,
Lobs it back
he
to
overthrows him again.
Bozaiden a little bit too high for it. Yanks it back. Bozaiden kicks out. Longoria thought about a three from the right wing. Hands it back off Bozaiden. Splits it around. Tight spit done. Top of the key tray. Just a bit too strong. Nearly out of bounds. Bozaiden gets it back. Charges ahead. Floats up a shot. That one just a bit too strong. Irving able to collect it.
Frantic action.
They are pinballing around right now. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Driving inside. And an offensive foul on McGuffey. A great job setting the charge.
Talk about taking one for the team.
Absolutely.
That little maintenance, first echelon maintenance here on the 13 shoes.
Yep, Longoria needs to get that adjusted. And he will, and he does. 15-4, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Longoria spins it over to Bozaiden. Bozaiden on the right wing, drives inside towards the free throw line, kicks it back out to Homer Time. Homer Time goes for a left elbow jumper. That one is pure. 17-4, Waynoka trying to pile it on. 3:20 to go in quarter number one. As Nelson nearly goes out of bounds, throws a pass tipped right to McGuffey. McGuffey drives inside, stutters, step, rolls around, can't get his shot to fall. Irving able to pick it back up, lost the ball. Bozaiden goes for it, Irving goes for it, tiptoes around, fires it towards the rim, and it clangs on in. Wild sequence, but it's two for the Panthers.
I'm kind of glad somebody scored to end that fracas.
Overtime, top of the perimeter, dives in across the free throw line, out to Smith Dunn for a long two, bounces around, can't get it. George tried to go for a putback, that one denied away by the Panthers.
Roland George trying to stay up in the air and put it back in.
Two substitutions, Castillo and Truesdale back in for the Rails. 2:52 to go in the opening quarter. A 17-6 lead for Waynoka. Stump on the inbound, gets it into Aker. Aker being tracked by Castillo. Aker goes all the way in, head full of steam, able to get the layup. Found a little bit of a crease to attack, and that's what he did, 17-8. Homer Time tries another long three, this time for the right side. Can't get it, fight for the ball. And it's going to be going back to Taloga. It's over in the back, which is what's going to be. It's a foul on Roland George, his first. It's the sixth foul on the Rails. So to put Stump at the line. Stump takes a couple dribbles, fires away free throw number one, and that one clangs off to the left. Another sub for the Rails as Millage will check in for Roland George. .236 to go in the opening quarter. Waynoka with a 17-8 lead. Second free throw spins out. Put back attempt by White won't fall. And it goes off the hands of Truesdale and out of bounds. So Taloga will keep the ball. White will be the inbounder on the left baseline. Still down by 9 are the Panthers. White slaps the ball, initiates the action, gets it into McGuffey. McGuffey from the left wing, dribbles inside, it gets in the paint, lost the ball. Truesdale comes up with it, lobs it down to Castillo, who's able to spin it around and in.
Nice. Now, he did stay in the air and put that in.
He did. 19-8, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 2:20 to go in the opening quarter
out.
as Meyer catches a pass at center court, and as he does, Millage is draped all over him, and that's going to be another foul on the Rails. 7-1 in fouls favoring Taloga with only one.
And it was iffy.
It's Tade Meyer at the free throw line. His first free throw banks in. Quick sub again as George in and Millage out for the Rails. Meyer's second free throw clangs off the back iron. Fight for the ball between Truesdale and George. Truesdale able to win the battle against his own man. Gets it off to Bozaiden. Skips into the paint with a leaner that won't go. George thought about a putback. Throws pass tipped back towards Bozaiden on the left wing. Bozaiden finds himself open. Fires up a three. That one just a bit too strong. Castillo able to corral it. Zipping back out to Bozaiden near the top of the perimeter. He'll retreat. Now wants to go back to action. Hand off to Castillo. Castillo has to pick up his dribble. Gives it out to Homer Time left wing. Homer Time thought about driving inside. Out to George. Corner three. That a bit too strong. Truesdale goes back up. Draws a foul on his shot.
That shot was really a nice pass.
It was. Foul's going to be on Blaine White. That's his first. And to put Truesdale at the line. Truesdale already with 2 of the 19 points for Waynoka today. And Waynoka with a 19-9 lead over Taloga. 1:48 to go in the opening quarter. First free throw on the way from Truesdale's just a bit short. Sub in for the Panthers. It'll be Gavin Irving checking in. He'll check in place of Blaine White. Second free throw on the way for Truesdale, and that one will creep its way in over the iron. 20-9 Waynoka. All over Taloga right now as Aker makes his way towards center court, looks to hand it off, finds McGuffey. So McGuffey gives it back over to Aker in between the 2 circles. Aker looking for somewhere to go, drives in, tries a long 2 from the left elbow, goes to Truesdale. Truesdale is hit on the head as he rebounds it. And the foul will be on Tademeyer. That's his first. So his foul's starting to even out a bit now with 1:24 to go in quarter number 1. Bozine hands it off to Castillo. Castillo wiggles his way inside the paint, tries a bit of a hook shot. That one will sink on in.
Got that nice floating left-hander.
Absolutely. 22-9, Waynoka over Taloga. As Irving drives inside, draws the pump fake from Homer time. His shot a bit too strong. Truesdale, another board, and another foul on Tademeyer. And now he's quickly picked up 2, and it's going to bring in Preston Nelson.
1:04 on the clock.
Waynoka with a 22-9 lead. As Bozine skips across the timeline, steps into a right side 3, and he got it to go. Bozine just walking into it, says, if you're not going to guard me, I'll hit it. It's 25-9. Aker dribbles down the court and lost it off a rail. Titan Smith-Dunn will sub back in for Waynoka. .48 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Rails with the 25-9 advantage. Stump looking for somewhere to go on the inbound. Rifled it a bit too strong. Aker couldn't contain it. And so Waynoka gets it back. Smith-Dunn able to inbound it to Bozine. Bozine finds the top of the key. No one guards him. Another tray. That one rattles around it in. 3 threes in the opening frame for Rolton Bozine. And it's 28-9, and Waynoka on top of the long pass. Picked off by Smith-Dunn. 30 seconds to go. Back to Bozine. Pump fake. Over to Homer time. Left side triple. Can't get it. Smith-Dunn puts a hand on it. Fight for the ball ensues. It'll stay with the rails.
Remember, Bozine hit that first long one, the first shot of the night. Set his mind up for the rest of the night.
Absolutely. Bozine on the inbound. Floats it out to Homer time. Homer time for the left wing. Back to Bozine. Bozine goes inside on a post. Lays it in.
The bank is open. Welcome, Core Bank.
And it's 30-9. Waynoka all over Taloga. Now 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Pass tip, but ends up making its way into the arms of Irving, and we've got a whistle inside the paint with 8 seconds to go. Send Irving to the line as the foul is on George. That's his second.
Smith-Dunn saying, I'm back here by myself, but they'll not get past me. Took a little hack there.
So Irving takes a couple of dribbles. First free throw on the way for him. That one off the back iron. Second free throw on the way for Irving. And this one able to be banked in. 30-10, Waynoka on top. 5 seconds to go in quarter number 1. Bozine to the top of the key. Tries another 3. That one just rims in and out. Fight for the ball with 0.3 of a second on the clock. It's another foul on the rails and another foul on George. It's his third. And that'll give Taloga 2 more free throws right before the quarter ends. And so it'll put Gavin Irving right back at the strike. Irving takes a couple dribbles, fires away. His first free throw up, and that one just a bit strong again. 30-10, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 0.3 of a second to go in the first quarter. Second free throw on the way for Irving. That one a bit too strong, corralled by George, and that is how the opening quarter ends. Waynoka, the 30-10 lead over Taloga.
The tones of the Railroader Pep Band, headed by Mary Hill, who has done wonders with the music program at Waynoka. So good to hear live music during the basketball game, during any game. This portion of tonight's broadcast brought to you by Rick George and Associates. When you need the numbers done right, you need to get them to the right people the right way. It's Matt and Rick at Rick George and Associates right across the street from the Little Sahara Car Wash, one of our favorite hangouts. You'll find Cade and me there lots of times just kind of hanging out at the car wash. You kind of have to be there. So Poseidon lighting it up, huh?
Absolutely. You talked about it. If he hits that first three, he's going to feel good for the rest of the night. 15 in the first quarter. 3 triples already for Rolton Poseidon.
And he was perplexed that the last one that he tossed up didn't go in.
As we get ready to start the second quarter here in Waynoka. As the inbound goes into McGuffey. So McGuffey makes his way towards the timeline, looking for somewhere to go. Skips it over to Kessler Aker. Aker being guarded out by Weston Longoria. Fires it around to Tade Meyer. Meyer quickly back over to McGuffey on the right side before dumping it down to Gavin Irving. Irving giving it off to Aker. Aker floats around, fires a long two, can't get it to go. Irving tracks it back down, goes right into a double team at the left block, and draws a jump ball. 7:30 to go until halftime. Waynoka able to get another stop with a 30-10 lead. As Longoria hands it off to Poseidon. Poseidon goes for a free throw line jumper. That one spins around and in. And Poseidon up to 17 points on the night, and a quick timeout going to be taken by Coach Stump. It'll be a full timeout. We'll take the break with them. 32-10. Waynoka leading Taloga here in the second quarter. We'll be back in a moment with more Railroader basketball on KALV.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Joe Parsons has worked hard and has succeeded in becoming the go-to realtor for this part of the country. So if you want to sell your part of this country or you want to buy part of this country, Joe wants to hear from you. Call Joe Parsons at 580-748-2640.
Back to action here in Waynoka. As Irving on the inbound, able to get it into Aker. Aker looks for someone to go, trying to navigate against some of the Waynoka pressure. Rolls left, able to streak across the timeline. Gets all the way to the left wing, finding White. White hoists up a long three, and that one just a bit too strong. Meyer goes back up. His shot denied. Put back on the way for a third chance from Irving, and that one will roll on in. 32-12, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 7 minutes to go until halftime. Longoria tries to go with a scoop layup. That one just a bit too strong. And McGuffey able to run away with it. McGuffey now down towards the right side. Kicks it back out to Aker. As Aker retreats towards the center court logo. Eventually flipping it back to McGuffey. McGuffey looking for some action. Pops it down to White at the top of the key before zipping it over to Aker. Aker around the free throw line, dumps it back off to McGuffey. McGuffey takes a spot at the free throw line, challenges Poseidon inside. Had the ball poked away by Poseidon and Truesdale, who are both in the area. Goes out of bounds. Will stay with the Panthers. 6:30 to go in quarter number 2. Waynoka still with a 32-12 lead over Taloga. As White on the inbound, gives it into McGuffey on the left wing. We'll kick it back out to Aker, around to White. White hoists another three from the left side. That one just clangs off. White tries to track down his own board. Fight for the ball ensues. It's a jump ball. Possession error will keep it with Taloga.
Nice job by the Rails, fighting through the screens, playing good man defense. And there, nice job getting on the floor, getting that jump ball.
Absolutely, and that's what Waynoka's had to do on defense. When you hold someone like Taloga to 12 points, that's always a good sign. Just trying to continue to get the defense set with the offense going. They've got 3 seconds in the lane on the Panthers. So they'll stop playing. It's another turnover for Taloga. It's Truesdale on the inbound, gets it into Longoria. Longoria handing it back around to Homer Time. Homer Time drives inside, was able to get the layup, but whistle for a travel first. It'll bring in George and Smith Dunn as the subs for Millage and Truesdale. .6:04 to go in the second quarter, and a pass thrown out of bounds by Irving, just trying to find somewhere to inbound it to. And quickly going to get subbed right back into the game are Stump and Nelson for Taloga. A lot of subbing going on in this game, Cooper.
There has been a lot of subbing. It keeps people fresh, and I think a lot of it's because of turnovers as well. There's been quite a bit of turnovers for both sides.
I think so. Kick out from Bozide from Longoria for another right side trip ball, and that one falls in. A 20-point effort already for Rolton Bozide, 35-12, and a long pass goes out of bounds. This is going to be tipped, or are they going to say this is Waynoka ball? They're going to say that this is out of bounds, and it's Waynoka's ball. And another turnover forced by the Waynoka press with 5:53 to go until halftime.
Yeah,
35-12, Rails get the ball back. Inbound goes to Homer Time for a long two, just floated it off the front iron, but was able to get it back, takes it out left wing, long side three. That one just a bit short and out of bounds. Longoria tried to save it. It was out of bounds first.
Waynoka doing a nice job in this press, forcing Taloga to make a lot of bad passes. There's been a lot of them, especially coming off the inbound passes, because they start getting panicked and think they don't have enough time.
The Stump on the inbound, able to flick it over to White for another left side tray. That one too strong. Smith Dunn able to get it off to Bozide. Bozide in a 3-on-1, goes straight to the lane, drives inside, can't get a shot, draws a whistle. And so Bozide able to lead the fast break, and it is going to be another opportunity at the stripe. 5:28 to go in the first half, and a 35-12 lead for the Rails. As Bozide takes a couple dribbles, fires away, first free throw in. 21 on the night now for Rolton Bozide. Bozide spins the ball, a couple more dribbles, second free throw, pure as well. And a timeout, or no, we're going to just have the subs here. (37-12) Waynoka on top of Taloga. 5:27 to go in the first half, and another pass tipped out of bounds. So the go out of bounds, actually. Waynoka will get the ball back. Longoria on the inbound in front of the Taloga bench, out to Bozide. Bozide thought about top of the key three. Stutter step towards the left elbow, spins around, and it goes on down. It's that kind of day for Rolton Bozide.
Yeah, getting the shooter's touch on every shot he's shot so far. Nice job by Bozide.
That's what you want to see as Aker tries to go back down. The layup just a bit too strong. Smith Dunn with the rebound, quickly out to Longoria, giving it right back to Bozide. 5 minutes to play in the first half. Bozide, stutter step, stops, drops, and another shot using the glass. 41-12, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 4:50 to go in the first half as McGuffey drives inside, loses the ball off of Longoria, and will bring Andrew Castillo back into the game. This will be Stump on the inbound. Stump able to give it back over to Irving. Irving from the free throw line, drives inside, tries to go up strong. Shot spins around, out of bounds, and goes off of George. Stay with the Panthers. Stump looks for Summer to go on the baseline and throw with it. Throws it inside. Smith Dunn knocks it away. Another sub coming in as Tade Meyer returns to the game, taking the place of Nelson. 4:43 to go in the first half. Waynoka still on top of Taloga, 41-12. Quick shot out to McGuffey, right side three, got it in. Good shot there by McGuffey as Bozaiden goes back down the track, kicks it out, Homer time, right side triple. That one just clings off. Homer time able to get his own miss, kicks it out, Bozaiden, left side tray. That one a bit too strong as George goes back up with it, tries to spin it out, saved by Bozaiden, out to Castillo. Castillo on the left side, hoists it out to Homer time, thought about a three, kicks it back, Bozaiden, he wants it to the free throw line. Was a shot rejected by Irving, back to Smith-Dunn. Smith-Dunn thought about a three, back Bozaiden, another triple, that one just rims out. Fight for the ball, won this time by Irving, who then dribbles it off Castillo. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Taloga, 4:04 to go in quarter number 2, still 41-15, Waynoka on top.
Nice hustle that possession by Waynoka. A lot of extra possessions, a lot of second chances for Waynoka, just couldn't get a shot to fall.
McGuffey on the right side, flicks it over to Meyer in the corner. Meyer thought about driving inside, kicks it back out to McGuffey, around to Aker in between the two circles. Aker drives inside, flinks it over to Stump for a left side triple. That one off, tipped around, nearly goes out of bounds. Bozaiden able to save it before it goes off. Rumbling across the timeline, Bozaiden, no look pass over to Homer time, left side triple. That one just off the iron. Castillo wrestling for the ball, corrals it back from the right block, kicks it out. Homer time, long two, floats in the air, can't get it, ball's loose, everyone going for it, still fighting around for it. Castillo gets a palm on it, he's trying to shake everyone off as Stump finally does, and clears it back out to Aker. Aker, head full of steam, rolls in, kicks it out. Meyer hoists up a triple, that one off the side of the backboard. Castillo able to corral it and give it off to Bozaiden. 3:10 to go in the first half, still 41-15. Homer time, head full of steam, leaves it just a bit short with the layup off the glass. Now going back the other way is Irving. Irving, head full of steam, goes around the right block, nearly lost it out of bounds. Bozaiden able to meet him, ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Taloga.
A lot of stuff going on there in that little stretch of play.
I'd like for you to get a chance to talk, but there's a little too much going on at the moment. I'm about to run out of breath over here. Stump on the inbound, gets it back into McGuffey. McGuffey right side, lost the ball. Bozaiden able to poke it away. Rumbling down, kicking it back out to Truesdale. He wants a right side three and leaves that one a bit short, but saved in by a Taloga Panther. It looked like it was Stump who ended up saving it. And as he did save it, he was able to tip it off of Castillo. So to be White on the inbound, the Stump checks out for a breather. 2:48 to play in quarter number 2. Waynoka still on top, 41-15. As McGuffey looks for somewhere to go, dribbles across the sideline, ends up stepping out of bounds. We go back to Waynoka. 2 more subs for the Rails. Castillo and Millage checking in place of George and Bozaiden. And if anyone needs a breather, it's Rolton Bozaiden with the day he's had so far.
Yeah, I don't think he's come out this so far except just now. I think that's the first time.
He was feeling good early, so he had every reason to stay in.
Yeah.
As Longoria from the top of the perimeter spins it around to Homer time. Homer time kicks it back out. Castillo left side three. That one splashes in. 44-15, Waynoka up by 29 over Taloga. 2:15 to go in the first half as Aker dribbles the ball off a rail and out of bounds. It's White on the inbound, able to give it back over to McGuffey. McGuffey trapped in the right corner. Has Castillo all draped over him, spins around, able to draw contact from Castillo, and that'll be the first foul of the quarter on Waynoka, and the first foul of the game on Castillo. Compared to the first quarter, this is a sight you like to see for the Rails. Had 8 fouls in the first quarter, just 1 in 6 minutes of action here.
Yeah, that first quarter, there's a lot of extra free throws for Taloga, and so far this quarter, doing a nice job managing the fouls, because if they had another bad quarter like they did in the first, they might be in foul trouble.
It's McGuffey able to knock down his first free throw. The break for Bozaiden is short-lived. He'll check in for Homer time. Second free throw on the way, tipped around, corralled by Bozaiden. Gives it off to Longoria. Longoria splits the defenders but can't get his layup to fall Instead, it's scooped up by Aker, gives it away to McGuffey. McGuffey flip pass out to White. White hoists up the left side triple. That one clings out, and Millage able to come up strong with it. Firing over to Bozine, tipped around in front of the scorer's table by Aker to make sure everyone's okay down there.
Yeah, that ball came in hot.
It did. That is always one of the scary things about sitting down low, as you probably know from experience, Cooper. If that ball gets tipped, it's going straight to your face. It doesn't matter what angle, what direction, it's going to find a way. As Castillo tries a left side trade, that one too strong. Truesdale's putback hangs on the rim, dies off, and instead, the ball's going to be going back to Taloga. 44-16. Waynoka leading the Panthers with 1:38 to play in the first half. As Nelson from the right side tries a long skip pass and a collision between White and Millage. His foul's going to be on White Millage. That'll be his third. Quick sub, George checking back in for the Rails. 1:33 to go in the first half. Bit of a discussion from the referees here. They're going to say that it's not a shooting foul, it's just a normal foul, just a common foul. White sets up the play on the inbound, able to fling it out to Aker. Aker for the top of the key. Spins it over to Irving. Irving looking for somewhere to go back inside. Instead finds McGuffey. It's McGuffey extended right side, back over to Aker. Top of the perimeter, looking for anywhere to go. Longoria steps up to meet him, and Aker retreats back towards the center court logo before dishing it to McGuffey right side, flipping it back into White. White with a head full of steam, tries the floater, can't get that one to fall. Instead, Longoria rips the ball away. Longoria stretching down with a behind-the-back dribble nearly to Truesdale. Goes up strong, and Cooper Truesdale able to lay it in. 46-16, Waynoka up by 30 over Taloga. 52 seconds to play in the first half. White with a left side three that's just a bit too strong. Truesdale able to come strong with it. Gives it back to Bozine. Bozine stops, waits, tries to put up a shot a bit too strong. Roland George putback denied by Irving into the arms of Castillo, back around to Longoria. Longoria tries to rifle a pass to Truesdale, goes up, draws a foul and scores.
Nice find by Longoria, giving that ball to Truesdale. Now Truesdale getting the and one, but that doesn't happen without that great pass from Longoria.
Absolutely. Bozine was clapping for it, too. He was open, but an even better play to Truesdale to draw the and one. Free throw on the way for Truesdale. Dies off the back iron. 48-16, Waynoka leading Taloga. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Aker from the center court circle. Now dribbles just inside the arc on the left wing. Gives it around to Irving. Irving top of the perimeter. Splits it back out to McGuffey. So McGuffey hands it off to Nelson on the right side. Taloga wanting to play for the final shot of the first half as Stump drives inside and lays it in. 5 seconds to go in the first half. Longoria dribbles across, finds himself open for a right side three. That one goes in to beat the buzzer, and it's 51-18 at halftime. Waynoka on top of Taloga. What a half of basketball for the Rails. 51-18, Waynoka leading Taloga.
It's halftime on the campus of Waynoka Schools. We're in the beautiful gymnasium in Waynoka, and an exciting opening, actually opening at home. They have played two on the road and won half of those. Cade Kennedy and Cooper Johnson with you this evening. Well, look, it's the president of the Waynoka FFA. How are you, my dear?
Good. How you been?
Not bad. Not bad. Your brother is lighting it up.
Yes, he is. I am very proud of him.
Are you?
Yes. I may not be good at sports, but he is the king.
He worked pretty hard at it in the off season, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So what do we got coming up? FFA-wise? It's almost time to get into stock show time, isn't it?
Yes, it's almost time for that.
Before that, Christmas and a little break, huh? What do you want for Christmas?
Oh, I don't know what I want for Christmas yet, still. But what I would really like is to know my math grade to see if I passed.
Well, you know you passed. You just don't know if you got an A or a B.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm hoping that it's either a B or a C at this point.
Are you still kind of thinking about becoming a doctor?
Kind of. I'm going to try to become a nurse, an RN.
Oh, good.
Because I already have my CNA license, and I'm trying to get my phlebotomy license this year.
I see. So you're working on that while you're going to high school?
Yes, I'm going to the tech, which the Technology Center in Alva, they really give you a lot of options and a lot of career pathways for us.
That's great. That's great. You're enjoying high school, are you?
Yes, and you are a joy to be with.
Well, thank you. That's awfully kind of you.
Yes.
The last time I saw you, you had just been elected the president of the local FFA. So between now and then, anything really exciting?
Oh, just schoolwork, learning the ropes of how to do the AET, trying to get our state degree, me and Roten.
Right.
I love the AET. It's just a pain to do.
Right.
Mr. Nix can vouch on that.
Yes, but he brings you along kind of nicely.
Yes, he's a really good ag teacher, both for the Nixes all.
So I'll see you the last, weekend of December? Is that when the stock show starts? The local?
I believe it is January 31st.
I think you're right. I said December and I'm in January, right?
Yes, I believe. Do not take my word on that, but I believe.
So we do local and then we go county and then we go district to Woodward.
Yes, I am very excited to see how Woodward will go.
What do you got to show?
Anything and everything, basically.
Okay, go for it, girl. Hey, thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, you should get Roten after this is over and speak to him.
You think?
Oh, yeah, you should do an interview with him.
No. He's concentrating now.
Oh, do it after the game.
Okay.
Love that.
All right, okay.
Get one with the coaches.
You're on. So, guys, what an exciting first half, huh?
Absolutely. I mean, Waynoka able to come out, and when you have Rolton Boseiden scoring 26 points in the first half, well, that's going to be a pretty good night.
That's right. Rietta, is his twin, and she was really blown away. I mean, he hasn't missed very many shots, really.
No, I mean, he really hasn't. It has been one of those nights where he's made 4 threes already. We talked about it a little bit. When he gets going, he is hard to stop. And then Andrew Castillo with 10, Cooper Truesdale with 7, Leiden Hammertime with 5, and Weston Longoria with 3. I mean, it has been an impressive night of scoring so far for the Rails.
Well, and you know that this new coach has put his brand on this kind of basketball. It is run.
Absolutely.
I remember long time ago when I was on the Sooner Network and Billy Ball came in. He moved all of the bleachers away so that the boys could just continue running and not ever running into anything. That kind of reminds me of what we're doing here. It is run continually, and they're in pretty good shape.
Absolutely. I mean, it's the running, it's the quick subs. Hey, you're going to get in, you're going to play a really hard 45 seconds and then come out. It's basically we're doing hockey line subs at times, it feels like.
Exactly.
You're going to play a shift, we're going to take you out, then you're going to come back in. We're just going to do that the entire game.
And actually, now that you mention it, they are substituting like hockey lines in that they'll substitute the 2 defensemen, and then the next time they'll substitute the 2 wingers. And then the next time they'll substitute what we use as a big guy. We don't have a really, really big guy, but we got several to rotate in there. And it kind of keeps everybody fresh.
It really does. I mean, when you're playing a hard 45 seconds knowing you're probably going to get a minute of rest, then you come out there and keep playing, it keeps you a little bit more refreshed than obviously the old school. You're going to play the entire quarter and get drained by the end.
Does this remind you at all of the Rangers?
A little bit. It kind of has that college pace to it, where we're running up and down some quicker. Maybe not as substitution heavy, but definitely a lot more pace-wise.
I see. This portion of our broadcast is brought to you by Chimney Rock Mini Storage. Thanks to Larry and Linda for all that they do. If you want to get on the list, there will be storage units opening up before long, so give them a call. Larry and Linda Zook, we thank them for all they do. And Cooper Johnson working out with us. It looks to me like Cade's worked you pretty hard now.
I wouldn't say too hard, but it has been pretty fun. I will say that.
How does this type of offense? How is this? Does this compare with what you saw in Shattuck when you were in high school?
Yes, it actually does. I did the Shattuck shootout sometimes, and I used to watch teams like Hooker, and they were really fast-paced. And Hooker is a little more fast-paced than Waynoka, but Waynoka has that fast-paced offense that I've often seen from Hooker.
Yeah, and you mentioned that. That's kind of one of those. This is an offense you see a lot of really good teams in the state run. Mm-hmm. If they're really good, they want to come out and they want to play fast.
Okarche won state just last year, and they go.
They don't just go. They're turbo mode the second they hit the floor. There was a game I watched against them. Not to get too carried away on story time, because we'll be here and it'll be the fourth quarter and I'll finish it, but I watched Okarche play, I think it was Duke or Manger, someone really good.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a top 5 Duke team that they played. And it didn't matter. When their offense clicked, they were able to score 90 on just about anybody in Class A or B.
Oh, yeah.
It was ridiculous what they were able to do. And you just look around on Radio Row and you just see people just perplexed that there's no way they should win a game by 50 points in a semifinal. But when your offense is on, we're seeing it here tonight, just about anything could happen.
Yep.
As Waynoka getting the ball to start the second half, going from right to left across the radio dial. A quick turnover by Weston Longoria. It's a quick kick out to Blaine White for a right side three. That one spins around and goes over the backboard and out of bounds.
And as you were saying, with that fast-paced offense, if the other team's not as in good a shape as you are, that really affects them as well, because they're getting fatigued running up and down the floor.
Exactly, and it forces them to play out of their style. Taloga's been doing a lot of quick subs as well, and it has not helped them as much as it has Waynoka. Sliding homeward time, able to flip it around to Cooper Truesdale. Truesdale trying to go baseline down the right side of the block. Looking for someone to go to spin out of the double team now, and a quick whistle, and we're going to have 3 seconds in the lane on the rails.
That's not a call you see very often, and they've called it quite a bit today.
Yeah, we've seen it how many times tonight?
I think
already?
It's 3. I think 1 in the girls' game and 2 already in this one.
7:14 to go in quarter number 3. No score has changed yet. It's still 51-18. Waynoka on top of Taloga. It's McGuffey standing in between the 2 circles, looking for somewhere to go, able to dish it over to Gavin Irving. Over on the left side, Truesdale putting a hand in his face, lobs it back over to White, and as he does, Homer Zime in the area ends up bumping him, and that'll be the second foul on Homer Zime. White looks for somewhere to inbound right in front of the Taloga bench. Here on our side of the court, tries to throw it down low, and as he does, Taden Myers to fall to the floor. There's a good reason he fell. Ends up getting tripped up by Millage. That'll be the 4th on Wyatt Millage. So that'll quickly bring in Roland George for the first time this half.
There's been a lot of hustle fouls here for Waynoka. So there's a lot of going for the ball but bumping into the Taloga player. There's just been a lot of those.
Yeah, they'll run 90 miles an hour whether down the floor or at somebody. This jumper missed by Aker, now going coast to coast. Is Homer time with a layup that just rips its way out. I mean, it goes in and then comes right back out. And McGuffey now running the floor going the other way and gets bumped by Bozeiden, and that'll be another quick foul on the rails. That's already up to the 3rd team foul on Waynoka. It's still 6:37 to go in the 3rd quarter.
As this is looking similar to the first quarter where they had 8 team fouls, as they're going to have to try and limit the fouls quickly here.
This is the inbound, goes out to Aker near the top of the perimeter, quickly giving it away to McGuffey left side. McGuffey looking for somewhere to drive it into. Instead, gives it back off to Aker at the top of the perimeter. Kicks it back out to McGuffey, still in the same spot. Now moves over towards the right wing and walks his way back towards the center court circle. It's McGuffey drifting closer and closer to the Taloga bench. Now inside at the center court logo. Taloga wanting to slow this game down and run the offense they want to run, play to get an open shot. A quick pass over to Akers, zips it around to Irving, top of the perimeter, bouncing it off to McGuffey. Poseidon goes over to find McGuffey, over to White, top of the key tray. That one just a bit too strong. Longoria fights for the ball. It's a fight with two different Panthers and is able to force the jump ball that'll stay with Taloga. Two quick subs, Castillo and Titan Smith-Dunn in for Waynoka, and it'll be Matthew Stump for the Panthers.
This fast game that Waynoka's been playing has also hurt Taloga in the way that they haven't been able to run the offense they want to. It was right there, they had to slow down just to run the offense that they were wanting to run.
And so they're just trying to find the best look for them, and unfortunately for them, they're down 51-18 in a game where Waynoka wants to keep playing fast with it. A Stump from the left wing, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Myers, spins it over to White. White drives inside for the free throw line, gets bumped. It'll be the fourth team foul of the quarter, and it's another foul on Roland George, and that'll be his third.
One more foul for Waynoka, and Taloga gets free throws.
There's still 5:30 to go in the third quarter. The score has not changed. It is 51-18. Everything is happening but a change of the score. As White in the right corner steps out of bounds and will give the ball back to Waynoka. So it looks like we're going to try to have a quick sub for Taloga as Aker will check in. Situation, just trying to get the subs in and make sure that everything is good. As Longoria dribbling around the right side, giving it over to Castillo. Castillo from the corner looks for somewhere to go, hesitates, and as he does, it'll be a trap. So Waynoka just trying to give a little bit of time to the backups as well. Titan Smith-Dunn in there, Andrew Castillo in there, kind of give them a bit of a learning experience. Roland George is used as the sixth man. But Waynoka's still putting on the pressure. They're not backing down from that. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Still a 51-18 advantage for the Rails. As McGuffey drives inside, kicks it back out to Aker from the top of the perimeter, rolls around towards the left elbow, kicks it out to Stump for a corner three. That one just a bit too strong. He goes right back to Stump, drives inside, lost the ball on the floor. Castillo picks it up. Aker takes it right back, wants to challenge Smith-Dunn with a bank shot that goes around, can't get it to go, and Stump fires it right at the rim, and it wouldn't go. However, he's able to draw a foul on Titan Smith-Dunn. That'll be his first. Actually, check that. That's his second. First free throw on the way for Stump, and that one bounces off the back iron and rolls right in.
That was a nice job by Aker on that last possession, as he had showed a lot of hustle, knocking the ball out a couple times, and that's what allowed number 15 Stump to get to the free throw line.
Second free throw for Stump is pure. We're going to have a quick timeout taken by Taloga. 4:42 to go in quarter number three. It's a 51-20 lead for Waynoka. Take a quick break and be right back with some more Railroader basketball here on KALV.
Holder Drug, your local pharmacy. Stop in and check out some of the new available items at Holder's, starting with our hanging scrolls and banners. Expecting a child soon? Holder Drug is the perfect place for your baby registry. Find more information by stopping by the store or visit us online at holderdrug.com. As always, free delivery with your medications and prescriptions, along with specials at the fountain. That's Holder Drug, located on the downtown square, right here in Alva.
This portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Viv's Flowers and Things in downtown Waynoka. Coming to Christmas, those beautiful centerpieces that Viv makes for your table, incredible. Give her a call, Viv's Flowers and Things in downtown Waynoka.
So we get ready back to action here. A 51-20 lead for the Rails of the Panthers of Taloga. And it's crazy to think it's been nearly a 3.5-minute scoring drought for the Rails this quarter as Roland George fires his way inside. And as soon as I said, he lays it up and in. 53-20. Waynoka back up by 33 over Taloga. As McGuffey races down the sideline, gets bumped once again. And it is another foul on Poseidon. That's his second.
A lot of fouls called here in this third quarter for Waynoka. For Taloga, they still have 0 team fouls, so they're looking pretty good in that area.
I mean, it is an exact parallel to the first quarter that we're seeing here. So McGuffey on the free throw line. His first free throw spins around and out.
And the good thing for Waynoka is that those fouls, they haven't really stacked up on anybody. They're spread out. They're spread out, yeah. There's 1 with 3 and 3 with 2 fouls.
It's a second free throw, clangs off the front iron. Smith Dunn able to contain it, give it off to Homer Zyme, goes up strong, and he gets bumped. So we'll get a foul on Stump. That's his first, and that's the first for Taloga of this half. It's Homer Time already with 5 points on the night, trying to extend it. His first free throw spins out right back to him. So White subs back in for Meyer for the Panthers. Have a quick sub as well for the Rails. It's Homer Time's second free throw, just a bit short. Fight for the ball, won by McGuffey as he fires it over the Stump. Stump ends up getting bumped once again by Poseidon, who just races down there trying to stop Stump and ends up running into him. So that's a third foul on Poseidon.
Is that 6 team fouls?
It's 6 team fouls.
And we're not even halfway through the third quarter
we're
yet.
Still 4:09 to play in quarter number 3. Now we're having a quick conversation. The refs are trying to figure out if it's free throws or not. They're still trying to figure out what the foul situation is. Stump still standing at the free throw line. He's ready to shoot. Everyone else trying to figure out what the situation is. First free throw on the way for Stump, spins around and out. And now they can have the sub in of Cooper Truesdale, checking in for Titan Smith Dunn. Second free throw on the way for Stump, and that one rattles around, couldn't get it. Put back on the way from Irving. That one a bit too strong off the glass, and Homer Time able to contain it. Homer Time standing in between the two circles, rifles a pass over to Longoria for a corner 3 from the right side. Spins around, couldn't get that one to go. George fighting for the ball, and instead it's won by Irving. He's able to clear it away to Aker. 3:48 to go in the third quarter, 53-20. Waynoka still on top of Taloga's. Aker files in a shot, draws a foul. So an and one opportunity for Aker. This foul's going to be on Longoria, and that'll be his third. So another quick sub. Castillo comes in, Poseidon comes out. And after the fast-paced first quarter, Taloga winning this quarter right now 4-2 with 3:45 to play. The third quarter is the free throw off from Aker. Loose ball, fight for the ball. Longoria able to come up with it as he now scampers across the timeline, finds Homer Time for a right side triple. That one a bit too strong. We got a foul underneath. Looks like we've got a bit of a hook and a hold, and that is going to be another foul on the Rails. And that one will be on George. That's his fourth. So we had talked about Waynoka not really having anyone in foul trouble, really bad foul trouble, and now George with his fourth.
Yeah, as you were saying, Taloga winning this quarter, that's in big thanks to the 9 team fouls that Waynoka now has in this quarter. Still 3:36 left to go. seems like Waynoka just can't escape the fouls. They're fouling on the offensive end. They're fouling on the defensive end.
Any way that they can foul, it is happening right now. It's the first free throw in for Irving. Cutting it back to a 30-point deficit, 53-23, Waynoka on top. I've got another discussion between Coach Stump and the officials. They're trying to figure out what they're figuring out. They're going to say that Aker was on the line as well. They had 3 players for Taloga on the line, as well as Stump, trying to make sure that was set up. Second free throw, no good for Irving. Castillo able to corral that one and quickly give it out to Longoria in between the 2 circles. Firing over to Homer time. He rifles up another shot. That one just a bit too strong from beyond the arc. And taken away by Aker. Aker then losing the ball, getting it back. No, it can't track it down. Goes out of bounds.
Seems like Waynoka is just trying to force too many threes right now. There's been a lot of threes put up here in this third quarter.
It's one of those where you felt it earlier. You get into the locker room, you kind of cool down a bit, and now you're trying to get back to where you were. As the inbound for the Panthers goes out to Stump. Stump fires away with a floater and gets that one to fall on in. 53-25, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 3:09 to go in quarter number 3. Longoria facing a double team at center court, waits for a Truesdale screen, continues to fly around it, back over to Homer time. Homer time left wing, thought about 3, goes over to Bozine, corner triple. That one a little too strong as Aker able to grab it. Aker now breezing by defenders, going over to White, right side triple, bounces off the iron. A bit too strong, ball pinballs off 2 different players, goes out of bounds. It'll be Waynoka's ball.
Looks like Bozine cooled off just a little bit too as he entered the third quarter with 26. He's still at 26, and Bozine's still calling for it. I think he still feels like he's pretty hot.
Bozine, and as he did, there's going to be a double dribble called on Bozine. So he finally finds himself the most open he's been this entire quarter, and then gets whistled for the double dribble. Waynoka still keeping the pressure on for the inbounds as Aker able to work his way across the timeline, now in between the 2 circles with his heels moving back towards the center court logo, dishing it off to McGuffey. So McGuffey finds Stump for a top of the key 3. That one just off to the left, and Homer time now sprinting down the court, getting into the paint, tries to get the bump, but a bit too soft on the layup. Aker now retreating the other way. Aker being harassed by Longoria, goes all the way over, has a shot tipped away by Bozine into the arms of Truesdale. 2 minutes to go in quarter number 3. Waynoka on top, 53-25. Longoria's shot swatted down by Irving. And now running away with it is White. White gets bumped by Castillo. That'll be the second foul on Andrew Castillo. 1:51 to go in quarter number 3 and a 53-25 lead for Waynoka. It's Blaine White trying to get his first point of the game. Free throws on the way, and that one just a bit off. There's 2 subs coming in. Preston Nelson and Tade Meyer for the Panthers. Fires away, free throw number 2. That one off the back iron as well as Bozine skies for the ball. Bozine with a head full of steam, thundering down the court. Bounce pass that's picked off by Aker. Aker streaking down the right side of the court, kicks it back over to White on the wing before dumping it down to Nelson. Nelson goes up strong, draws another foul. It'll be a shooting foul. It doesn't really matter. It's free throws either way, as the foul is going to be on Truesdale. That's his second. Just about everyone that has played now for Waynoka has at least 2 fouls.
Yeah, Waynoka has been playing really physical tonight with that up pace offense that they've been running, and they start playing fast defense as well. And as I said earlier, the hustle fouls and then those shooting fouls trying to get blocks.
It's the second free throw good for Nelson. That nets him his first point of the night. 53-26 the score, favoring the Railroaders. 1:35 to go in quarter number 3. It's Longoria being tightly guarded by McGuffey. Dumps it down to Bozine. Bozine from the right block. Fires up a shot. Gets it rejected by Irving, but Irving also hitting the hand of Bozine as well. And so that'll be his first foul of the game and put Bozine at the charity stripe. Roldan Bozine in prime position to continue to work towards his 30-point game if he can knock these free throws down. First free throw is nothing but net. Second free throw on the way, and that one rims out. Fight for the ball won by Irving. 54-26, Waynoka on top of Taloga. 1:20 to go in quarter number 3. McGuffey on the right wing. Listening to instructions from Coach Stump. Makes his way back out towards the center of the court before dishing it away to Irving. Irving tries to go around Truesdale. Truesdale ends up locking legs with him. It's the 3rd foul on Truesdale. It'll be another trip to the free throw line for Gavin Irving. And if you look at it, half of Taloga's points this quarter have come from the free throw line.
Yeah, they've had a lot of free throw attempts here in this 3rd quarter.
First free throw in for Irving. 1:05 to play in quarter number 3. So Irving takes a couple of dribbles, fires away free throw number 2. That one is just a bit off, bounces right back to Irving for a mid-range jumper. That one a bit too strong as well. Fight for the ball, still fighting for the ball. It's Homer time, able to come away with it. 1 minute to go in quarter number 3, and a 54-27 lead for Waynoka. Longoria inside the right arc, gets bumped. A foul on Taloga. This foul's going to be on Irving. That's his second. It'll be Longoria on the inbound on the far sideline. Longoria scanning, able to get it into Homer time. It's Homer time, handing it right back off to Longoria before dishing it out to Bozine. Bozine nearly bobbles the ball, gets it back to Longoria. Over to Castillo, left corner triple. That one a bit too strong. As Homer time, able to sky back for the ball, put it back up. Couldn't get it to fall, however, and Irving corrals it. And we've got another foul as Titan Smith Dunn claws his way inside and ends up hitting one of the Taloga Panthers. It'll be the 3rd foul on Titan Smith Dunn.
If I'm not mistaken, I added up all the fouls on your stat. I think that's 24 fouls so far throughout this game for Waynoka.
We'll put Irving right back at the line. 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Waynoka with a 54-27 lead. Free throw on the way for Irving, and that one will bounce off the back iron. Irving firing away for free throw number 2, and that one will go off as well. Bozine able to contain it before rifling it down to Longoria on the right side. Longoria weaves around, nearly lost the dribble, bounces back out to Bozine. Bozine splits a double team, goes up strong, can't get it to fall. Castillo able to rip it away, back to Homer time. Thought about a left side triple. Over to Longoria, he's not shy about a right side 3. That one won't go. Bozine goes up for it, and it'll go off of Bozine. 2 more subs for Taloga as Blaine White comes in, and then checking in for the first time today is number 34, Chase Chapman. 13 seconds to play in quarter number 3. The 54-27 lead for Waynoka. Inbound goes to Aker, trying to navigate through the wave of Waynoka pressure. 8 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Back out to McGuffey. McGuffey sending it over to Stump. Stump on the right side. Lobs it back out to White for a deep left side 3. And that one will fall just a bit off. So Waynoka with a 54-27 lead at the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back with action quarter number 4. You're watching Waynoka basketball here on KALV.
Rachel's Cafe in downtown Waynoka is like its owner. Beautiful. From the front door, clear through. You'll love the look, the feel, well, and you'll love the taste at Rachel's Cafe. With a full menu and a daily special, Rachel's is burgers, calf fries, and much, much more. Open Tuesday through Thursday from 11 to 4 and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 7 p.m. Say hi to Rachel and her great staff in downtown Waynoka.
Back in Waynoka, where, Cooper, you just mentioned it, that was a long third quarter.
Yeah, that was a really long third quarter with all the fouls.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happens, though. When you get quarters like that where Waynoka just cannot stop fouling, you got to find a way to work yourself out of that. It's crazy to think that Waynoka's up by 27 and just scored 3 points that entire quarter. That is how the Rails have been playing, though, tonight. I mean, they had the big first half. Defense is still playing extremely well, but only a 3-point quarter for the Rails is hard to believe, really. We get ready for quarter number 4. Dump down inside to Tyden Smith-Dunn, and a quick foul on Stump. Matthew Stump picking up his second foul.
As you were saying, Waynoka was on pace for 102 points this game, 51 points heading into half, and then that three points in the third quarter really shows how their offense cooled off.
It did, as Longoria looking for Summer to go on the inbound, gets it out to Bozine, right side 3. That one falls in, and there is the magic number 30 for Rolton Bozine. 57-27, Waynoka back up by 30. 7:38 to go in the ball game. As McGuffey flips it back off to Chapman in the right corner, spins it over to Aker. Aker gives it back over to Chapman, still trapped in the corner by Tyden Smith-Dunn, before sending it Stump's way. Stump passing it around to White. White drives inside for the free throw line, back over to Chapman, nearly lost it in the corner, still trying to get out of it, hands it off to White. White still on the right side, giving it over to Stump, who's in between the two circles. Stump looking for someone to retreat, drives back inside, goes up strong with it, and ends up drawing a foul. Foul is going to be, I believe, against Boziden, and it is. That's going to be his 4th. 7:10 to go in the ball game. Stump back at the line. Waynoka with a 30-point lead, 57-27. First free throw on the way for Stump, and that one rolls on in. With a mass sub here for both sides. It's Truesdale and Millage checking in for Waynoka. And then 3 different Panthers checking in. Second free throw on the way for Stump. That one just a bit strong. We're going to have a whistle here and a lane violation on Waynoka, so one more shot for Stump. Stump takes a couple dribbles, fires away. Free throw number 2, that one off to the side as well. Truesdale goes up strong, and now we have a foul on Taloga. This foul is going to be on Irving. That's his 3rd. And now that finally brings in Preston Nelson as the final sub for the Panthers. 7 minutes to go in the ball game. Waynoka with a 57-28 lead over Taloga as Millage lets the ball bounce between his legs, fires off a pass that Longoria is able to contain before giving it back over to Millage. He wants a left side trade. That one will playing off the side. And Irving able to grab it. Aker strutting up the court, getting over towards the center court logo, facing a bit of pressure from Longoria, so he splits it over to Irving. Irving drives inside with a floater from the left elbow. That one just a bit too far, as Longoria able to track it down. Longoria driving inside out of the paint, goes through 2 defenders, and as he does, it ends up as a travel. 6:22 to go in the ball game at a 57-28 lead for Waynoka. It's Aker getting it to center court, stopping, throwing a pass, tipped away by Longoria. Longoria still trying to contain it. It falls down right in front of the Waynoka bench, ball going behind it. But a good hustle play there again for Weston Longoria.
Yeah, nice job by Longoria. putting his hand out, tipping the pass. And then even with the bench and the table right there, still diving for it.
As the inbound goes to Aker. Standing near the Waynoka word mark on the left side. Aker drives in, bounces off Longoria over to Truesdale, who's able to take it away. Truesdale picks up his dribble, looks for someone to get the ball to, fires it over to Longoria. Longoria now in a double team, crosses the timeline, gets over with a long pass to Millage and just a bit too long, out of bounds. 5:46 to play in the ball game. Same score, 57-28. Rails on top. Panthers trailing by 29 here with only 5:40 to play. It's Nelson from the left wing, spinning it over to White. White tries the top of the key three, and that one just a bit off. Fight for the balls is still continues. We're finally going out of bounds. Meyer picks it up with his feet on the sideline. Inbound goes to Longoria, flings it over to Homerdzheim. Long right side three, couldn't get it, but Smith Dunn tracks it down. He tries a left side three, just left it a bit short. Castillo goes up and loses the ball out of bounds. 5:11 to go in regulation, still 57-28. Waynoka leading in a game that has really slowed down. Not pace-wise, but score-wise.
Yeah,
first quarter. As Meyer flings up a shot towards the rim, spins in and out. And Smith Dunn able to scoop it up before handing it off and knocked out of bounds by Aker on the handoff. More subs in for Taloga as McGuffey and Irving check back in. Longoria from the right side gives it over to Homerdzheim. Homerdzheim tries to attack in with a floater, can't get it to go. Has to fight off 4 different Panthers to get the ball back out. Flips it over to Castillo. Castillo thought about a three on the right wing. Instead of lobbing a pass out to George in the corner. Left corner George over to Homerdzheim. Homerdzheim drives inside, offhand floater. That one just a bit too short. George comes in again to get the ball. Fight for the ball, and it's going to go over to Taloga. George lost it last. Or are they going to say Waynoka has it? No, they change their mind and give it over to Waynoka. Longoria gives it back out to Castillo. Castillo right corner three. That one a bit too strong. And Smith Dunn goes over the back for his 4th foul. .4:15 to go in the ball game. The score has not changed. Waynoka with a 57-28 advantage. It's McGuffey driving inside towards the free throw line, draws some contact. Will take a trip to the line as the foul is on Castillo. That's his 3rd. So halfway through the 4th quarter. Put McGuffey back at the line. McGuffey serves free throw on the way, and that one clangs off to the right. So bring Bozeiden back in as a sub for the Rails, taking out Castillo. It's McGuffey's 2nd free throw after a couple dribbles on the way, rolls around, up and in. 57-29. Now the score, Waynoka still leading by 28. Bozeiden from the right wing penetrates inside with a leaning floater, and that one sinks in. Bozeiden with all 5 points this quarter for the Rails to make it 59-29, right back to a 30-point game with 3:40 to go.
Yeah, that was a nice drive, putting his head down, dribbling through a couple defenders, jump stop, and nice floater. Puts it right up and in.
As McGuffey kicks it out to Aker. Aker attacks from the left elbow, the bank shot. An answer from Aker to make it a 59-31 ball game. Waynoka still up by 28, 3:20 to go here in the 4th quarter. Homerdzheim thought about stepping into a three from the left wing. Instead, flips it back out to Longoria. Longoria kicking out, top of the key three for Bozeiden. Spins in and out. Instead, it's White coming up with the board and looking to race with it. White bumps off Smith Dunn, then has this pocket picked by Homer Time. Homer Time stops, nearly loses the ball, still rolling for it, picks it back up, just decides to chuck up a right side three, couldn't get it. Longoria tried to track it down, but could not. A bit of an awkward looking sequence that almost turned out perfect.
Yeah, that ball got away.
And it just kept rolling and
rolling. It just kept going. Nice hustle to get it back, though.
2:40 to go in the ball game. Waynoka leading 59-31. It's Taloga slowing things down with McGuffey running the point. A quick pass out to White for a left corner three, and he drains that one. 59-34. Taloga cutting it down to 25. Quick zip into Boziden, goes up strong, draws contact. So Boziden already with 32 points on the day will get back to the line after a foul from Gavin Irving. That's his fourth. First free throw on the way for Boziden, and that one bit in and out. Boziden takes a couple dribbles, fires away free throw number two, and swishes that one in. (60-34). Waynoka on top of Taloga. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. As Aker from the right wing drives it back around to McGuffey. McGuffey wants to go right baseline, ends up having the ball poked out of bounds and back to Waynoka. Truesdale on the inbound to Longoria. Under 2 minutes to play here in regulation. And we're going to have a technical foul on the head coach of Taloga, on Coach Stump. Coach Stump is befuddled as to how he got the technical foul. So a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Stump. And we're going to see how this works out, as Coach Stump's not going to talk to the official. 1:50 to go in the ball game. Waynoka with a 60-34 lead. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more Railroader basketball here on KALV.
When your business is agriculture, you want a bank behind you that doesn't cut and run at the first sign that there will be some tough times ahead. There are good years and there are always bad years. At Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, we're here for them all. Agriculture, it's the backbone of our local community. We believe in it. We invest in it. We're here for the long haul. If you're in agriculture, it's time to let Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma make your best even better. Contact a loan officer today. Farm Credit of Western Oklahoma, the area's leading lender in agriculture.
Back in Waynoka, where the Rails have a 60-34 lead over the Panthers of Taloga. We'll have Rolton Boziden at the line, who is a 33-point night, has an opportunity for two more after a technical foul on the coach of Taloga, Danny Stump. First free throw on the way, and that one swishes in for Boziden to get him up to 34 on the night. Rolton Boziden has scored all 7 points so far this quarter for the Rails. Second free throw on the way. That one's in as well. You can put 35 on the board for Rolton Boziden. 1:50 to go in the ball game. It's a 62-34 lead now for the Rails. As Homer Time holding on to the ball, just dribbling it out. Waynoka might want to just start playing keep away and see if they can burn a little bit of clock now. Boziden on the right wing, back over to Longoria. Extended right side, finds Boziden. Boziden drives in, and we've got a travel. 1:31 to play in regulation. Taloga getting the ball back. So Waynoka was just going to slow it down a bit and try to find The best shot remaining as McGuffey goes head full of steam, drives inside, can't get a shot to fall. Millage tips it to himself. Fast break developing. Millage tips a pass to Longoria, who tight ropes the baseline over towards the right corner. Now drives in, has a shot swatted away by Irving. Picked back up by Millage for a corner three, and that one falls in. First bucket of the night for Millage. And it's a three to make it 65-34 with a minute to play. McGuffey goes up strong and ends up traveling with it.
So
57 seconds to go.
As it looks like Waynoka was going to play a little bit of keep away, but that changed really quick.
Yeah, Irving ended up blocking the shot, and usually you don't get punished for blocking shots, but that time it happened. It's Homer time, holding on to the ball now. 45 seconds to play in this one, a 65-34 lead for Waynoka. Gonna get out of here and move to 2-1 on the season. It's Homer time, flips it back to Longoria on the right side, still holding on to it. Kicks it back to Truesdale for a corner three. That one a bit too strong. Poseidon finds it, gives it off to Millage. Millage goes up, draws nothing. He ends up traveling with it. 25 seconds to play in this one. 31-point advantage for the Rails. As Aker will dribble it to center court. Only 15 seconds left. Aker now on the left side by the Waynoka word mark. Stumbles, kicks it back over to White. White makes a defender miss, tries a long three. That one just a bit short. Poseidon holds on to it and looks to run out the clock. Hands it off to Longoria, and that will be your ball game. Waynoka with a 65-34 win over Taloga. And a nice win for the Rails to move to 2-1 on the season. And Cooper, we talked about it a lot all game. What a performance for Rolton Poseidon. I mean, what an effort. 35 points. He outscores Taloga by himself.
Yeah, Poseidon had a great game, especially offensively, but something we haven't really talked about is on the boards. He did a great job on the boards. He had a lot of offensive rebounds. He also did a nice job in the ball handling department. So Poseidon had an all-around really good game, helped lead this Waynoka team to a victory over Taloga.
Absolutely. As we look at the final tallies for each side, as the Waynoka band getting to play and celebrate on the win. Taloga falls to 1-9 on the season. Looking at the point totals for both sides, starting with Waynoka, Rolton Poseidon, as mentioned, the 35.9. Andrew Castillo contributing with 10, 7 points for Cooper Truesdale, 5 for Leiden Homer time, 3 for Weston Longoria, and 3 for Wyatt Millage, and 2 for Roland George. Looking at scoring it for Taloga, it finishes out with 9 points for Gavin Irving, 7 for Matthew Stump and Jasper McGuffey, 6 points for Kessler Aker, 3 for Blaine White, and a point each for Preston Nelson and Tade Meyer. So Waynoka victorious on the girls' side and the guys' side for the home opener.
Yeah, Waynoka did a great job defensively on both, as the girls ran that zone that worked really well against Taloga, and Waynoka, the Rails, did a nice job in the man defense as they fought through screens all game long and held Taloga to 34 points. So nice job for both.
Absolutely. A big night for Waynoka. Ben, do you have any final thoughts before we wrap this baby up?
Well, I was just standing here getting ready to critique you, and there's really nothing that I can find. You're perfect. Absolutely perfect.
First time I've heard that in my life.
well, you might have caught a little.
I'm going to remember that for a long time.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good job, you guys. Awfully, with the exception of the third quarter of the boys' game, awfully entertaining night of both the girls and boys basketball. Third quarter went 2.5 years, however. And how many did the Rails score in quarter number 3?
They scored 3 points.
Yes,
the entire quarter. They had a lot of up and down running around and just couldn't score. And it didn't matter.
It didn't matter. It didn't make any difference. We'll see you next time. Great job, guys. For tonight, this baby is over.